Tell me when.
Whenever you're ready.
Warning. The following episode of It's a Bit Shit contains foul language, fast cars, erotic content, and family. Enjoy.
Welcome to another episode of It's a Bit Shit. As per usual, joining me are my Bukak-ers Aaron.
Hola.
And Peter.
Hello.
And our Bukaki this evening is Shaun.
Hello there.
How are you, Shaun?
Marvelous, actually.
Wonderful. How's your week been?
Good. Employment is just the best.
Yes, it is.
Sorry.
Aaron, Peter, how has your week been?
Yeah,
Shaun, go fuck yourself.
Just gonna say, just living life, paying bills, but yeah, no,
My week is fine.
Well, thank you, Aaron.
Notice no one asked how's your week. Yeah?
Real busy. Been doing heaps of prep work for this episode, you know.
Cleaned a little? No, you didn't.
oh, dude, that's pretty good. That's not bad.
Yes, joining us this evening is Shaun. Shaun, who a lot of you may not know, but you may have heard his name before because we reference him whenever we talk about physics in films, was actually on one of our very first pilots that we never released for when we did the entire Fast and the Furious franchise, whereas this week we're just doing Fast and the Furious 9 because trying to do a whole franchise is very fucking difficult.
Something we learnt whilst doing the pilots.
That's why you haven't heard it.
Yeah.
I
Doing
should have read the fine
franchises.
print of that contract.
Yeah.
Shaun was like, this is it. I'm going to be famous after this.
What does unaired mean? No, don't worry about it. Okay.
What's that red light mean? Oh, it means the camera's turning off. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Was that the same night we did the entire Marvel cinematic
No,
universe?
it was the first 3 Fast films.
No, we did all of
We
them.
didn't.
What?
We didn't.
Did
Yeah, we tried to do all of them. We tried to burn through all of them. It was
Really?
It did not work.
See, we did.
That's it.
I remember the first 3 because they're the only good ones.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Tokyo drifts in there, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a lot of the conversation. That and physics, I believe.
Physics, bitch.
And how hot your car was in high school.
There was a banger.
All right, Pete, do you want to give me a little bit of a tune? Pete's actually expanded his musical repertoire this evening, and we've got what is called a full sample pad running. So Pete's going to play some beats and also do other cool shit.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Oh, it's not working.
Any minute now.
Yeah.
We'll edit this out.
Ooh, hi.
There we go. Oh yeah, we made that work. COVID-19. Cancelled concerts, no travel, terrible governing by terrible governments, selfish, ignorant, arrogant cockstains refusing to wear masks, people getting sick left, right and centre. The 20th anniversary of the Black Album by Metallica. Indeed, things
Fuck
appear
off.
bleak. We're all living in a constant state of worry and fear for what will happen next. The world is a dark place right now. And just when we thought there was no light in the tunnel that is 2021, we were saved by the one thing we never expected. Family. In June, Fast and the Furious 9 blessed us with its presence and gave us its deeply engaging story. This soap opera action blockbuster gave us the warm bukkake of fast cars and furious action sequences we needed to get us through another day. A film that told us all that living your life a quarter mile at a time can be a lonely road without family. So downshift, obey physics, and do the math, because it's time for us to tell you why Fast and the Furious 9 is a bit shit. Fucking love that.
Peter, I love how you did all the voices in that. That was amazing.
Damn, the budget went real up since the first episode.
That one has gone right up, right?
Yeah.
I wonder where the money's coming from.
We're now at budget 1.
Fantastic.
I
Thank
love
you.
to say the government, but I'm not even unsettling.
Yeah. Oh, thanks
like-
for that free sound deck. Yeah, cheers, Gov.
Cheers, yep.
Cheers, Gov.
There's no context to this at all because, like, we haven't brought this up at all this whole time.
It's ultimately unimportant. Let's just move on.
All right. I think it's time for us to talk about.
What's good about it?
Beautiful.
I love that all
production
three of you
value
were looking at me going, is that production value? Or
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I would
You thought
buy
we were
that
good
for
before.
$1.
Check us out now.
He's like, I never thought that.
I'm just shaking my head like, really? No, it's much fancier and I very much enjoy it. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's talk about what is good about this film. I think it's worth noting that Peter, myself, and Aaron got like tickets to a premiere thanks to a local radio station because we know some people who suck some people's dicks. I think.
Yeah, like, potentially.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks, radio, for helping podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dying Media Type, for helping us soon to be dead media type.
So we got to go see it at the premiere, which was like a packed out cinema, and
COVID safe,
Was
packed
it?
out cinema.
yeah, it was packed. It was full.
Yeah. Was it?
There was
Yeah.
there was
that
like
was-
not an empty seat in the house.
You
That's
wouldn't,
right, I was
you
sitting
wouldn't
next to
know
someone.
because you were late. So most of the people were already in there.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
It sure is dark in here and I can't see many people. It's
Yeah.
fucking packed.
My favourite thing about being in there, and I know I've said this to you guys a bunch of times, but I haven't said it while we're recording,
That's a good
is the
point.
old ladies that were sitting in front of us.
Oh my god,
They were
that
the
was
best.
That
They
was
were
amazing.
first.
They were so invested in the story. Like, they were like, oh my God, did you? Apparently it's Dominic's brother in this one. Oh my God, he has a brother?
It was like
just-
it was like 50-year-old Days of Our Lives with
Yeah.
Vin Diesel. It was the fucking shit, man.
which like locked me into that term where I kept calling it a soap opera action film.
Yep.
Because that's what it
Yeah,
is
I
now.
did hear
They're
that
soap opera
phrase
actions.
from you
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, that's what it is now. That's what it is.
And they were like, "Oh, I loved it in number 5 when this," and you were like, "These bitches know their shit."
It was straight up like you did not expect it.
downshift like that.
Why do these action scenes have to be so long? Get to the talking.
Get to the actual acting. Come on.
They weren't like
They
that.
get to the credits. What happened? Oh, that's weird. There was none.
They were not like that at all.
They weren't like what?
Like real old ladies. They were just like, "I fucking love that action scene with the
50-year-old
car."
battle axes that you just couldn't tell in the dark. Oh, yeah, fucking dome. How fucking good is this? It's going to be so fucking good.
I'm glad we found those free tickets under the stool at the pub. Like, yeah.
I got these free with my beat tray.
But they look like not classy, but like classier than you'd expect, like a bunch of 50-year-old ladies
Yeah.
to be rocking
double
into.
plugged, not single plugged.
Yeah,
They were dressed up.
yeah, for like the movies.
Premiere.
Oh, we're at a premiere, guys.
In the
What
tropics.
is it? The binoculars on the stick? Yes.
The one thing we really missed was getting a photo opportunity. Like, instead of like the premiere photo, like we should have done that, boys. We missed out. So we
Oh,
could have
no.
shared it like 6 months after the event.
Yeah, they're like,
Do you guys still have that photo? Yeah, nah.
Because we're recording this in August, and
Yeah,
I think at this point, this episode won't come out till next year.
Oh my god.
and there are people like, "I can't believe it's still playing in Australia. That's so amazing." They get things so late there.
Those guys are so backwards. Yeah.
I mean, we are.
So, what is good about it? For me, it's very self-aware of how ridiculous it is. Like, there's constant jokes about like Roman, how I think I'm invincible, guys, and they play fun of it, but they're very self-aware of like just how ridiculous it is. It feels. Without it being a comedy, they seem to be self-aware and acknowledging that this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. That kind of annoyed me at the same time.
That's not my favorite part though.
What's your favorite?
Spoilers. Han's back.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if you know. That's the song that needed to play when he came in that cave there. They just dropped the Tokyo Drift stuff. Actually, almost the entire cast, almost the entire main cast of that film is back in this film too.
That's what
Spoilers.
I enjoyed about
Are they,
it.
though?
That's the one thing I like, that it's just every actor from every Fast and the Furious, no matter how terribly they aged,
Oh,
Yeah.
some of them were not good.
is back.
Yep.
I'm looking at you, Lucas Black.
Yeah, jeez.
He picked up a meth addiction. Little Bow Wow became Big Bow Wow.
Yeah.
He just became Bow
He's just Bow Wow.
He's just bow.
He's just Bow Wow now. He's not quite big. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll give it to
He's bigger, but he's just gone. He's like evolved. He's like the evolved form of Lil Bow Wow. He's just Bow Wow.
you. He's like second evolution when no one really cares.
Yeah, his third one will be bow.
Just wow.
That's the sound he makes.
It was good. Like that's what I liked about it. It had everyone from every Fast and Furious, which is nice. Like
One notable person missing.
yeah,
Two, technically.
two really.
No, one because of the end credits.
Post
Where was
credit
The
scene.
Rock?
Yeah. Fair
The
enough.
Rock wasn't in it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think they could pay him enough to get him back.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one would pay to. Anyway, carry on.
All right. Awesome.
What did you like about it, Peter?
Me. Oh, I mean, look, the ridiculousness is good. It is good, and that's what I enjoyed about it. And it's also at a point, second time watching it, which kind of
You watched it twice?
Of course I did.
Cinema, and we prepped for the episode.
You guys prepped?
It was on demand, so we watched it on demand.
Oh.
Wink.
Yeah.
Can you afford a VPN? Sorry, I'm going to.
It's cheaper than on demand, actually.
You straight away like, it's actually way cheaper.
When you use the code, it's a bit shit.
Oh, the day
VPN.
that's the promo I have to
I
read
use
on this show.
NordVPN.
Why aren't you guys paying me?
One day. Yeah, I mean, it's a good time. It's a good time. It's fun. It's fun. It's just
It is
'cause
a fun
It's a
film,
silly
isn't it?
film.
It's
It knows
fun.
what it is. It is what
You know what you're walking into. That's the beauty
Spoilers.
of it. You know what you're walking
space.
Does
was
it?
funny.
Does it know what it is? Though?
No, not really. But in the levels it does.
Yeah,
In the
we
levels it
street
does.
race and then like fast forward 20 years and now we're in space and you're like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. Could you just imagine at
you
that
look the
first
best?
point? Like,
I think we need to move on to the next segment before we get here. Shall we?
yeah,
into. Yeah, actually.
Let's talk about
What makes it a bit shit?
I still think I get over the dumb harmony at the end. It's just too much.
it's beautiful.
This little landslide.
It's actually going uphill. Trust me, the next segment's going to blow your mind.
This is
Oh, yeah,
this
the
is
next
out
one.
of this world. I don't know how you guys do it.
All right.
Not for money, that's for sure.
No, I didn't say why. Like, I know why you do it.
Fuck. Look, the first thing for me moving into this film is the fucking actors they picked to play young Dom and Jacob, and that whole thing. As I was watching, I was going through it, and I was like, I reckon like there's a point in the writers' room when they're writing these scripts, and they're like, okay, now we have to take this series back to its roots. So how do we get our street racing scene? And I reckon the whole flashback scenarios purely exist. They can have that old school street racing scene, and that's the only reason they went that way.
Yeah. I agree
You can
with
still bring Dom's brother back without having some dumb story about it.
that. I just like I pissed myself because I watched this the second time with my wife, and I was like, and she halfway through she's like, who the fuck are these two meant to be? Like, they look nothing like them.
They just needed a tan guy with a deep voice. That was
Like
it.
the child actor for Dom was already taller than Dom,
You know what else?
Yes.
right?
So
it's
much
like he
taller.
shrunk.
Yeah.
But also, how long was Dom in jail for?
Not long enough to. He didn't age to Dom looks.
So he would have been 18 or something when he went to jail?
And murder is an easy. Oh wait, it wasn't murder. He didn't kill the guy, did he?
Manslaughter, wasn't it?
They don't
it was
really
an
mention
aggravated
that. So
assault
like,
or something like that, but he doesn't kill the
No,
guy.
didn't he kill a guy? Isn't the whole thing that he killed a
didn't-
guy?
No, he didn't kill him. He just...
Belted him with a wrench.
Didn't they always say that he killed a guy? Like,
No.
no, he killed a guy.
No.
Early on?
No.
I don't know enough about this to.
No, he didn't. He just hit him with the
no
pipe
idea.
wrench.
He wrenched him.
And
Jamie,
his
get
face
this
was
on.
so all over the place that he could...
went-
He works as a janitor now or something like that was the story. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going back, like, right
Yeah.
back.
That's the story from the first film that he tells Paul Walker when he's all upset.
Yeah, okay.
I hit him and I kept hitting him. I couldn't stop, and he works as a janitor now. Yeah.
He's a janitor now. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
He's still got a job.
So he's pretty much dead anyway.
Yeah, at least he's employed.
Yeah.
Hey, he's
At
doing his
least he
part.
can be around children.
It's you're like someone. It was like, hey, he still has a job, and I'm like, I was just gonna let it go.
I was making fun of myself, Sean.
That's why I was like, someone better do it.
He's self-booked, essentially.
I'm
give you that.
not that weak that I'd self-book, buddy.
That shit's got a fucking hair trigger on it.
To be clear, that was Aaron that booked me then.
I'm putting it
That's
right
why
here
it was
now.
there, so we could both reach
Oh,
it together.
yeah, we only have two.
You fucking hog.
We don't have the
Sean's like,
the
fuck this, I'm
budget.
not missing out on the books.
We don't have the budget for
Fucking
4
budget
book
for this
bells.
is garbage.
Yeah, we got to both be able to reach it, and then sometimes reach together
Now I
and
have
touch
to
hands.
stretch
Like
for Book.
no,
Yeah. Everyone's got to stretch a bit for Book.
That was a self
Yeah, no. I was actually booking your first book. Oh, this is getting
Sometimes
older.
we get lost in book
Yeah, it's
trends,
book world.
things, and yeah, just happens. Book world, yeah, we get lost in book world.
He did say it twice.
Okay,
Let's move on.
let's get out of book world.
All right.
So,
Okay.
we're talking about the younger actors,
Yep.
and how fucking awful they are, and how they don't look anything like remotely like either
I
of the
could
characters.
see the dude who played Jacob being like
like getting real jacked.
like a weird off cousin of John Cena. I could, for lack of better words, see that.
But he's really short cousin that's not taller than
I mean, he could have had a
Diesel.
growth spurt. Like, I don't know how old he is there. I mean, he could be 12. I don't know. He didn't have facial hair, and 12. He's 12 years old.
12.
He's like, oh no, cars, and he's hitting it with a fucking spanner, and then, fucking 10 years later, he's just a tall, muscly, looks like he could wrestle. He
The
could
movie
stand.
had like story.
a $250 million budget or something. Surely they could have just like de-aged them.
They had to make a lot of magnets. Most of the budget went into that above military
The
grade
real
magnet.
magnets they actually used for realsies in the film.
Yeah. Everything else was
The
like
real
CGI'd.
magnets.
Rumor has it Mia is not even a real person. She's just CGI'd in, but the magnets were real.
So was that blue skyline at the end? It's CGI'd in because it's not real.
Yeah. Oof.
God, their fucking inability to just let him go. Like they need to. Like
Yeah,
it's sad, but like they do.
They really like slow jerk him off in this movie a lot.
Yeah.
I mean that like metaphorically.
Was I saying
Phrasing.
to both of you before, or just one of you that if they were going to replace Brian, they should replace him with Han?
That was to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, off mic. I was saying, like, if they were going to give a second character, the most likable character in that entire series that everyone likes is Han. Like, everyone likes Han.
Yeah.
If they were going to give them, like, here's our replacement for Brian, Han.
Yeah, or pre-meth Sean.
Pre-meth Sean.
Lucas
like,
Black.
me?
Lucas
No,
Black.
no.
The
Lucas
light
Black.
bulb head looking motherfucker.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The skirted eggshell.
Yeah.
I mean, it skips a bit, but like when he's like Dom sent us, and he's like, "Who?" He's like, "You've met the cunt. You know exactly who he should
He
be."
doesn't say who. He just
No,
makes
the
a
Asian
face.
bloke
Yeah.
says who.
Yeah.
The other two are like looking at you like, whoa, Dom, the guy that we raced in that end credit scene.
Drift. Except
Drift.
it's Dom.
Dom.
So I've got a few things about the whole flashback thing.
Yep.
Like, of course, their family, like, this whole franchise essentially started because of NASCAR. Like, that makes absolute fucking sense to me. Like, there's nothing, like, about that makes me go, no. But the thing that kind of fucks me up a bit was, they're always, like, slow jerking off, like, Paul Walker, like, Little B, our son's called Little Brian and stuff like that. And then to have, like, a fiery car accident at the beginning of the movie.
You fucking asshole. That's so good.
Sean, what are you there, mate?
There's one thing that comes to mind when you say that, Aaron. It's too soon, Junior.
It was 2013, 2014. Like, I feel like it's been time.
It's never time for
It's
someone.
been long enough.
It's been long enough. It's been long enough.
Brian,
Fucking great.
You cut these in a grater?
The actual line I wrote was that car lit up faster than Paul Walker.
Fucking Jesus.
Oh, my good lord.
Is this
That's
why you're
funny.
talking about us getting cancelled? Is this the
I
system?
was just talking to Aaron about how like I've been watching a whole bunch of things and like I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't like censor us so much, and then he drops that and I'm like, fuck.
I'll take that right back. Thank you.
I don't listen to these, so I have no idea what I'm going to play.
Excuse me.
That's a bit of sneeze.
That's all I have for that particular flashback scene.
Just hang on a sec, I'm just getting lemon all over myself. I nearly said lime again, Sean.
Gross. There's one thing I did notice about the flashback scene. If you watch, whenever Dom is standing next to a car and he's standing out of the car and he's got his like arm on the roof, his shoulder is like just below the door frame, like showing how high he is. Like he's trying to lean on the car, and his elbow's like upwards. The motherfucker that played him, his elbow barely touches the roof of the car when he's standing next to it. He's a giraffe in
Yeah,
comparison.
dude, long.
Like, I know people get shorter when they get older, but motherfucker didn't lose a foot.
he thickened out. Like,
My whole theory here, though, is that they actually introduced these actors literally for spin-off purposes.
Yeah, but
otherwise, they could have just de-aged a tiny bit and made it work.
Young?
John Cena would have looked fucking ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, even de-aging him because he's so fucking like top heavy.
imagine like this ripped like. Well, I could have done what they did with the Marvel one, Captain America, where they just got like a different, like a skinny dude and just put his
Except
face
that
on it.
doesn't hold up. I mean, I'm sure they could do it better now.
Oh, dude, when you watched it the first time, you were like,
first time
"That's
you're like,
well
hell's
done."
yeah. Watching it now, you're like, that looks like shit.
Yeah, it's because this standard has just got substantially higher.
We do a podcast. Our standard's pretty low, I feel like.
We're 30-year-old men doing a podcast, like
It's a valid point, actually.
30-something-year-old men, I should say.
So,
It'd be nice if we were all just 30.
yeah, must be
Fuck up,
tough.
Junior.
Must be tough.
Had a long day today. Did a lot of work.
stretch your back out on that one.
But yeah, spin-off is pretty much where I came from. That, that's the only reason I could see them choosing such fucking awful people is they were like, if everyone likes them, we can spin off and we can have like a prequel series with Dom and his brother before everything went bad. Like,
And why didn't they just spin off to like a little side shoot scene with young Paul Walker? Idiots.
I think because everyone lost their shit when the brother went up and did some like reshoots after he
Two
died.
brothers or something. Wasn't it? He's two brothers?
Yeah, but I think one of them did majority of it, and
Just
people
two
lost
He
their
brothers?
shit.
has a twin, doesn't he? Doesn't he? The Paul Walker. I thought he had a twin.
He looks a lot like him, so he could be twin.
I thought he had a twin, and that's why they used him because obvious reasons. I don't think the when you watch that film and you see that scene as it first happens, you're not sitting there going, "Well, that's Dom." And
No.
that's his brother. Like,
no,
it
you're
doesn't.
like, who the fuck are these
Yeah,
people?
it's just
Yeah.
like, this is a random scene. Is Dom driving the car? Is Dom about to get out? It didn't make any sense. If all of a sudden you looked at it and went, that's fucking Dom.
To be
then-
fair, because the movie opens with like the guy in the NASCAR car and it says Toretto on it.
Well,
And
yeah.
so I knew straight away exactly what was happening. Like,
Yeah,
I got
I
straight
got
away
away.
this is like happening in old times because I had seen the other films, so I understood.
And that, like,
anyone
light-
walking into that who hadn't seen the first two films, even the first film, sorry, this is just the first film. Anyone who hadn't seen the first film that went into that film would have had no idea what was going on.
I know it was a flashback because of the light sepia tones that they did in every
And they used,
Everything's a bit
they used
brown.
the Universal logo from the 80s as well.
Yeah.
Instead of the new like CGI one.
They
Yeah.
did.
My next thing, does Vin Diesel own sleeves, like, at all
Ever. No, sometimes he wears long sleeve shirts.
in this movie?
Yeah.
Fucking when? Give me one scene in this where he was
No.
just like, oh, look, I don't have my
No, he wears a white one at one
quote-unquote
point.
He was
gun.
when he's got that shotgun at the start, and you're saying he's like trembling with the shotgun in this first
Yeah,
scene. He's
he
wearing
was-
a t-shirt.
No, that was a white singlet
No, no.
because
No,
I
it's
see
a
him like
white
he's like
banger.
he's like
Nah,
I
it's,
see like
it's a white t-shirt.
It's a white tee
I
with
literally
short
wrote
sleeves.
this when watching that scene.
It's a white t-shirt he's wearing.
No,
He's
but
got a
if
white-
okay, that scene, I don't like it because every other
a bit shit.
motherfucker is wearing somewhat mild camo, dark colors, blah blah blah.
He's wearing
he
a
has
bright white.
He has a piss white t-shirt.
And it's so fucking white. I remember watching that scene and thinking to myself, man, that t-shirt's really white.
How is
Yeah,
it
for somebody
so-
who works on cars, just
like,
flat. Like,
even if you sweat a little bit,
Yeah.
it'll get a little bit dirty.
And also, it's a white t-shirt. Like he just said, like, there's no way you... It's like he like, got it and took it out of its wrapping before he jumped in the car to go on the mission.
yeah.
He just carries a spare just in case. Like it just is irresponsible to wear such an obvious color in the jungle. Oh, we got to go in and do this, and it's very important. No one needs to see us. Better wear white.
I wrote that bit before when they're at the farm and he was wearing
Yeah.
a white singlet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he though?
At the farm, because he's working
Oh,
on the
yeah, he
tractor
is.
Yeah, he's-
with Little B.
Oh, that kid fucked me off, by the way.
He was a bad actor.
He was just, like he had like 5 lines and he fucked up every single one of them.
Daddy, do you know where God is?
I feel like that kid was like. I feel like that kid is like either Vin Diesel's or like a family friend's, and they're like, "Oh, and you can put my son in." And he was like, "Yeah, I'd like that."
Because family.
Cause family, I'd like keep family in it. And they were like, "Yeah, great." And he like halfway through, they're like, "He's not a good actor," and he's like, "He's gonna stay cause family."
What's
He's got a
the
little-
child's name?
I didn't
The
even look that up.
character's name
Brian.
is Little.
Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Little Brian. I just imagine
I
like
probably should have known that coming on a podcast about the Fast and Furious.
I just imagine
well.
like Vin Diesel's got like a regular sized Corona and he's giving the kid like a little Cronito or whatever they're called. And
It's a Coronita.
and they do like the little like ching.
I
You can have whatever you want so long as
When
it's
they're giving
Corona.
him like the cross, it's like your daddy gave it to this. And it's just like a necklace, but it's a Corona. Like,
You know what? I would be happy if someone just went through and digitally replaced the cross with a Corona in every
Yeah.
scene. I'll be happy with that. I could live with that. What fucked me off the most about seeing at the farm though is that for the entire film series that we've been following these people, if you've come as far as enjoying the films enough to follow what's happening, all they've been trying to do is freedom. One last job. Let's get this done. It feels very much Red Dead Redemption-y in that like just one last job and then we're good.
Yeah.
Like it's really going down that path. And then it's like, oh no, family.
Little family, and then whinging about not doing that one last job again. Like, oh, let's get back. It's like, oh, fucking really? Like,
Yep.
and also like they show up, which is cool. They're in a Jeep. That gives me points. They like talk about what's going on. It's like, no, man, I'm not going to do it.
Peter, you have like the Simpsons episode version of a Jeep. You know, when Homer gets that car and it's like the female edition, you have that Jeep. You have the
Yes, I know.
Canyonero that is the girl edition.
Candanero. But the thing that kind of gives me the whole shits about that is like he's watching it and then he's like looking at this tablet on this shitty footage. He's like, wait a minute, what is that? And he uses like the CSI magic fucking tablet of God and finds out it's his cross. It's like, get fucked. There is no way.
I agree with what you're saying. I just have to understand what's going on between Shaun and Aaron here because they just like seem.
Showing each other butt.
So
photos.
I just
Is
trying
it
to figure
just
out.
some random child actor, or is
It's twins.
Yeah,
They're twins.
yeah. They're twins.
So which one was the good actor?
Well, none of them.
so they use
The
both
word you're
the
looking
kids
for
in the
is-
film.
Yeah, Isaac and Emmanuel.
And who are they related to?
No one, from what I can tell.
Yeah, they were just some. They're just child.
So
actors.
why did they use both of them?
I think, like, you know, with the
This
Olsen
gets
twins.
deeper now.
Hey, family.
With the Olsen twins, how they're like, oh, sometimes one's cranky, so God made another. And they just
it's
filmed.
primarily credited as Emmanuel, so they must have used Isaac as a stunt double.
All right, now.
the kid that gets crammed in the box. It's like that is the
Get in the box. But I want to say lines. Get in the box.
I mean, like, it makes sense.
One kid ends up being scarred. The other one, he's like, I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
Get in the box.
Like one gets a
in the
favorite and one
box.
gets like hidden behind a curtain most of the time.
Clearly,
Yeah, that makes sense.
we made you to be a stunt double for your brother.
And that's like a fucked Hollywood story. That's something I can actually like believe would happen. Is like we had twins. This one was the more handsome one, so this one was the stunt double.
Yeah, which one's more charismatic?
Like,
okay, that
hold
one's
my
the actor.
beer, pageants. Fucking hell.
Yeah. I was just out of pure curiosity. Like, I wonder if it was like the child of one of the actors on the film and blah blah blah, because family, but apparently not.
Are you about to get flagged because you've been just doing some deep searching on some like child?
Child actors, Fast 9. FBI, open up. Kicks the door in.
It's not your door, it's fine.
All right, so then we move to Monte Quinto,
Sam can't pay for
and
it.
the Spanish music starts playing.
Oh yes,
Spanish
of
hip
course.
hop starts, and they're driving along, and we get to the sequence there where he has the very white T-shirt on. The T-shirt, Aaron.
I'm going to need to see some kind of some evidence of this.
Look, I can just actually no, I can't. My server's down.
Look how convenient that is.
Actually, you know, it's on this computer
Oh, well, we'll find out.
from on demand, of course.
Yeah, on demand.
On demand, I've got it on this computer.
30-day account.
I just like the fact that in that scene there happens to be a road leading to exactly where the plane crashed.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. That's the worst. Oh, just going to drive up to it. Oh, it's already been graded as well. Oh, someone's already hit this with a roller. How fucking beautiful is this?
It's perfect, man.
They did a lot to get there, you know what I mean? Like,
It's TJ, right? He's the one in the tank?
no, Roman.
Thank
Roman's,
you, Roman.
yeah.
He's the only one that had any, like, minute amount of sense in his head. Like, we're going to go into the jungle. It might be off-road. Better take this big fuck-off rig. Quite smart. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Dom's like, I'm going to take this car in because it's learned fast.
No, Letty is the
Letty's
stupid
actually
one
the
there.
smartest, yeah. in the motorbike.
She's the stupidest for sure.
No way. She's way more mobile. She can avoid people way easier.
Hey, be careful. Like,
if I'm going somewhere where people are going to shoot at me,
there's
I'm
two
going
right decisions. One is the tank. One is the motorbike. I think they're both.
How
good
is the
decisions.
motorbike? This is live fire.
Because people aren't like Sean. You shoot a lot of guns.
True.
People aren't genuinely accurate, are they? A lot of the time, people are shooting. They aren't hitting people. They're using it to cover. They're using it to other things. They aren't generally accurate, are they? Especially if you're driving in a car, shooting at people, you aren't accurate. You're just hoping something hits.
Wait, how far down the rabbit hole did you
It's such
go?
a Hollywood mentality, though. Like, if you're... how they train... I'm going to use as an example. How they train U.S. Marines is shoot center of mass, and as soon as the target goes down, move to the next target. I can assure you, any half-trained Marine will hit something within 5 shots. It's just a given. Even if someone's on a motorbike, that's a moving target. Still exact size of a person. I would rather be shooting at a person on a bike than a person in a tank.
I agree with you 100%, but as a counter argument to this, Roman's standing there and had 14 dudes.
We're coming to that.
We'll get to that.
We are coming to that.
Okay. Before we get that, okay. So I lose, you win. That's fine. Motorbike's a bad idea. Tank is a good idea. I'll accept it. I'll take my loss with pride. I'll hold my head up high. Okay, I'm jobless. Leave me alone.
No, you've got a podcast.
Sorry, I got a podcast and I'm a musician, okay? I don't know if you know that or not, but I'm a musician.
I'm double unemployed.
If there was a multiplier.
Sorry, I just want to throw a little jab in there.
I've never seen someone shoot themselves in the foot twice in like 30 seconds. He's holding the revolver over his foot, shoots, and then goes, "Oh fuck, that hole's not big enough. Better shoot it again." Puts another hole in his foot.
It hurt, but not
it hurt, but not as much as being a musician.
As Roman is running away, so when all the gunfire breaks out and Roman's running away, has anyone noticed that he like hip hop dances away?
Wait, no.
He's like running away trying to dodge, but it looks like he's doing some awful fucking white guy dance.
I did see that. I just need to rewind like another 10 seconds though.
Yeah.
Not a side of anyone. Not
They
knowledge
just
here.
appear out of...
Just like
And I
that.
like when they arrive, they start shooting straight away. They don't just rock up and like, oh, there's already people here. Maybe we should find out what the fuck they're doing. It's like, oh, there's people here.
Yeah, well, they're obviously we're
That sound
baddies.
effect one more time.
We're
I do
baddies.
Carry
guns.
on.
That was good.
No, I get that. But if someone says to you, "Go here, collect product A," everything else is KOS, you're going to shoot at it. Like that's
Well, you mean kill on sight?
kill
by
on
KOs,
sight. Yeah. So which those guys would be pretty much go and do this, and if anyone's there, shoot them. And I go, yeah, fair enough. If you're driving into somewhere where there's minefields and they say shoot things, I'm gonna shoot them.
Also, it's in a jungle where I imagine it would be pretty quiet apart from the sounds of like insects and shit.
That's
so
a
they would
good
hear those
point.
vehicles coming from a long fucking way
Yeah.
away. They aren't quiet.
No, Fortunate Son's playing like really loud, so you can't hear anything.
Everything's in black and white.
Until Roman starts running away and doing his awkward dodge dance, and then it becomes color.
As he's running, it's all just pieces of cardboard, like breakdance mats. As soon as he's running,
It's like I saw someone to take that and
The
put like
boombox.
Dance Revolution steps
boom
in it.
boxes every like 20 feet, so he knows where to run.
Little Goombas, so he's like...
Okay, let's get to the scene where he doesn't get shot.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe with that is the fact that from what I know, shooting a whole mag on an AK-47, which is a gun that he has, probably only takes, 5 seconds? I'm using Sean here because I know that he knows guns, so maybe 5 seconds to get through a clip?
Yeah.
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 Maybe a little less than that?
Yeah. It's probably about 5 seconds. Of,
Say 5 seconds, give or take, and then just leave it there, full stop.
That guy shoots for like 15 seconds. He's like shooting everyone a lot.
Yeah, but that dude's covered in plot armor, so it's fine.
He is, yeah. But he's also where the
plot
film is
armor.
making fun of itself.
Yeah.
I know
hate
that you guys have a bit more ammo to unlock here,
hate-
so go crazy.
I hate that phrasing. Like, okay, so
That's
how far...
Peter's like defense for everything. Just so you know.
Actually, it's
It's
more
actually,
him
it's
than me.
mine. That's mine.
Oh, I made a comment in here. It's like, haha, take that, Peter. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Peter, take that, you dick. No, that's mine.
Oh, wait a second. So AK-47. AK-47, how far away do you think he was? Like, from the shooters? 10 meters?
Sure.
Yeah, 10. I'd go like maybe
Ish.
8 to 10, yeah.
a AK-47 shoots a 7.62 caliber round, which moves at about 700 meters per second.
I'm gonna pretend I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much body armor he has on.
No, he's
No,
dead.
Those rounds are
it's
punching
thick.
straight through.
It's really thick, the armor.
It's really thick plot armor. Like it's.
I hate that phrase. Oh, it's plot armor. No plot armor is
It's
that
armor
good.
made of plot, though.
It's- yeah,
And
like
actually, it shoots way faster than 30 rounds every 5 seconds. These things shoot like 500 rounds a minute. So, okay, so it's substantially faster than that. But there's no way. That I saw that and I'm like, that's fucking dumb. That's all I could think was that's so ridiculous.
But he does.
I
Call
like
it
that.
out.
That's what you call ridiculous in this film. Like, that gun. Nah.
It was already. I was already.
But it
half,
pissed me off as well.
I was
though, the gun.
I
Like,
was
Oh,
halfway
yeah.
down the slippery slope of garbage already, and then I saw that and I'm like, okay, that is absolutely ridiculous. Like, there is no body armor that's going to withstand 300 rounds of 7.62.
Yeah.
It does not. And if he did, say it did, he would be hurt. He would be so out of breath. He'd be immediately winded after one round. Meanwhile, he's just like, I'm just going to stand here and dance and dodge these bullets.
Well, they
Yeah.
did
Fuck
show
off,
that
Roman.
they did show that he had the grays in one of his shirts.
Plot armor is not real armor. Plot armor is just like he can't die because the plot says so.
No one
So,
thought
like,
he was invisible.
no one's there.
God,
Like
I hate that scene so much. The more I think about it, the more frustrated I get.
my favorite thing is you sitting in the movie like, this doesn't make sense, and then you've just been stewing on it this whole time. It's just getting worse
I
and
never
worse.
really thought about it until I started thinking about what that weapon actually is.
Oh, the AK-47. Yeah.
Fucking dumb.
I feel like if anybody
didn't
was
jam
shooting at you
either.
with any kind of weapon at 8 to 12 meters away, and you just like missed that, like every bullet, like you and your 13 best friends are just shooting a guy in a little well, like down there.
Let's go deeper than that, right? If we're gonna go deep on this scene,
Yeah, let's go deep.
going deeper is that somehow yet he managed to hit and kill every single one of the people shooting at
That's
him.
what I mean. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but he had armor. He had plot bullets too, though.
Yeah,
Sam, can you mute him?
he had one bullet that shot out of his gun, and it just like whipped around and killed everybody.
And he picked that gun up from a soldier, right?
Yeah, so it's
So how is it that we know that clip is full as well? You know,
he was
Because
like,
it
I
has
can't
a plot magazine.
Yeah, it had a plot cartridge.
Because it's a plot gun.
oh fuck.
he plot
so
cocked and
upset.
locked it, mate. Just
I'm so upset.
just to take the needle back a second, because I did forget about one point while Peter's relieving himself.
Beautiful.
When they're showing the video at the farm of like, this is what we have, and before, like, just after Vin Diesel's like, no, I'm not going to do it. Things change. Maybe family's not everything, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, he's watching the shitty video on an iPad, and he's like, oh, it's so blurry and it can't make sense. Wait a second, is that my family cross? And he pauses it, and he zooms in, and as he zooms in,
It's
like
perfectly...
it perfectly enhances. I was like,
Did you not fucking listen to me before? You
Peter
piece
made
of
that
shit.
point
no, I
before.
I didn't hear any of
That
it.
was
So I
when
just
you
wanted-
guys were on your phones doing the Emmanuel.
No, I didn't hear any of
Yeah,
that because
I
it wasn't
brought that
important.
It's a
So,
plot iPad.
Okay,
plot
so
iOS
so the next scene for me and for you two is the
is
minefield.
the farm
you guys,
scene.
Can I
where
just
the
quickly
iPad-
backpedal one thing?
Okay.
That scene when they're in the barn and they got the iPad and stuff, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, these are all the guns we've got."
Okay.
Just really quickly.
Yeah.
Thanks for catching up, guys. Fuck God.
They open it like, "Oh, there's all these guns and shit. I best get the pump action shotgun, not the assault rifle." Yes, that's smart, Dom. Do that.
Can I just backpedal 1 second there too? You guys know the part like he gets the iPad and he's looking through the footage,
Yeah.
and he sees like he can't make any of the footage out.
We were doing important research on this topic, and you guys just moved on.
Yeah.
All right. Now we know there were twins in the film.
I even pulled Sam back like the same sort of way. I'm like, hold on, let's go back a little bit. I even did the same fucking thing. You're the worst. I swear to God.
So, anyways, the iPad,
Okay,
Landmines.
landmines.
we want to hit the landmines.
Yeah,
We don't. Oh, it wouldn't even matter if we did.
So I'm glad that we all do this. I was like, am I going to be the only one anal enough to do this? But I think we all did this. The line is, Tej, how fast do we have to go to not get killed by a landmine? Well, that's actually
You
not
say
actually the
Tej.
line, but Dom basically says, like, how fast do we have to go? And Tej is like, wait, I've actually got what Tej says.
TEJ.
now.
Isn't it TJ?
TEJ.
But isn't his?
No, they
No,
call him
it's
Tej.
Tej.
They call him Tej.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I know.
Tej
Yeah, I know.
says 50-foot blast radius with a half a second trigger delay. It might sound real, but it's all bullshit. We're all on the same page. This is what we're all doing.
I didn't really.
This is our problem with the man.
Quote unquote
So
anal enough.
50-foot blast radius with a half second
Googled
delay.
it. I just Googled it.
Yeah.
And everyone's
50
like,
feet's
no,
pretty
you would
far.
be dead. The triggers, mines explode almost immediately. You would not drive over one fast enough to not die.
Yeah, but what happens if you're furious, though?
Fast or furious, motherfuckers, they all dead.
Did you Google fast? How fast and furious do I have to be in order to run over a landmine and a blow up?
There was actually a Reddit post asked question about it.
Yep.
That someone asked about 2 years ago, and the answer was they blow up almost immediately. There's like Hollywood is complete bullshit when you talk about landmines. They would all be dead. So the answer is prang ain't gonna do them shit. They all dead. Basically.
Well, I don't like
film.
I don't like that. Math.
Sorry, they're plot mines.
Yeah. Luckily, their cars are just covered underneath with all that plot armor. Yeah.
Wait a second. So it's a 50... I'm just doing the math. It's a 50-foot blast radius with
You're
a
using
half
feet
second...
and trying to do math. Good work.
Half a second trigger time.
Half a second trigger delay. And you would have to be going, which actually might work. If it is a half second trigger delay, you have to be going over 55 kilometers an hour to be outside of the blast radius. Which, are they doing that?
In the jungle, they're hitting 80 miles an hour.
So, which is way more than
faster,
55 kilometers an hour. So if there is a half second trigger delay, which there isn't, but if there was, which there isn't, they might make it.
But also with that ideal that Roman's car would have made it because it can only do up to 70 miles.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Which is still like 110. Which ain't bad for a tank, I guess. But anyway, if you math it out and it is a half second trigger delay, you could actually get away from it. But
Just for anyone listening who knows math, I'm sorry to do this to you, Sean, but what is the math on that you did?
So if you work out, let me just go back.
There is a calculator on Google.
So it's a 50-foot blast radius. So you have to be able to travel 50 feet in 0.5 of a second to be outside the blast radius.
Yep.
So you would be going 100 feet per second to get past it, right? It's a half second trigger delay. Actually, that works out double. No, I take it back. I did math it wrong. You'd actually have to go 110 kilometers an hour to get outside the blast
110
radius.
kilometers, which is how many miles?
Which is still,
That's what Roman was doing.
80 miles an hour.
yeah.
Okay.
Look, guys.
Maybe they did math it out for the film.
They did the same math you did on it. All I read is that, like, they will explode immediately. Like, you trigger a landmine, it's going to explode straight the fuck away.
Do those landmines have half a second?
There is a damn good reason, like, in every other film we've ever seen ever, that as soon as someone, they stand on a landmine and they're like, oh, as soon as I lift my foot, I'm dead. Well, yeah, because that's exactly what happens when landmines go off. Unfortunately for...
Or they have someone driving next to them at 80 miles an hour and just
yoinks them out of the air.
Yeah.
Just drive over it.
like a skyhook, but for a person.
Oh, not like a skyhook for a car? Because
No.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be a cool feature that I have not seen before.
Ever. Do you want another beer, Peter?
What
another
did
beer.
you guys have on the...
God, these things are nasty. I've already got a headache.
My scene was just like, this is a fucking stupid scene, and then the whole landmine with Roman, where he gets his car like wedged between a rock.
That was so gammon.
That's probably the first use of gammon on this show. We needed like a sound for that.
Yeah, it's gammon.
It is a funny scene that, like, typical scared person. Oh, I got to kick the windscreen out of a tank.
That, by the way, was very easy to do. It was
I'm gonna
almost
kick
like
the windscreen out of a tank. Okay, we just think about that for a second. That's annoying for starters. He's going to kick it out. I'm big and strong. I dance a lot when I dodge bullets. Let's fucking belt this windscreen out.
He's got the leg muscle for it.
Why didn't... Oh, did the windscreen actually come out when he kicked
No,
it?
It's just opened. It's an opening.
It was on
is it
a
a
hinge.
latched one?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's latching.
Okay, I take it back.
So you calm the fuck down, all right?
They did the math.
But the other thing, like, you're driving through, all these landmines are going off. No shrapnel? None.
No, not at all. That doesn't exist, man. It's just an explosion. There's no shrapnel.
Plot mines.
But like a lot of the times in this movie, like all the bad guys had guns, and this is like a general thing. This isn't a specific part, but they'd be like, don't kill them until like right near the end, and they're just like, all right, I guess you can kill them now.
Just
Like
light them up.
They were very pacifist for a very long time. Like, we're just going to scare them. We're going to put a gun in their face and then
Thank you.
fuck up. Even with the grenade bit, where they had smoke grenades, would have been a little bit cooler if
They had
one
real
gun
grenades.
exploded. Like,
Yeah.
but they were like, oh no, they're just smoke bombs, and we're just going to don't use the guns for shooting. We're just going to scare them a little bit. Like,
That leads more towards a level of racism that the only person they're going to shoot at is the one black guy that's dancing in the middle of a room. We'll light him up. Don't shoot at anyone else.
well, there are a few black people in that movie. Did you watch the movie?
Have you ever seen it? I'm colorblind. Everyone's black and white.
You can still. I think there's still a difference. Shaun, colorblind or not? He's like, I just don't see color, and you're
I
like,
don't see color.
you can still see it.
Shades,
I can't see it all. Someone get my guide dog.
Who's also named Shades.
Garbage scene.
Yeah, the
Garbage scene.
landmine and how it's like slowly sinking. I reckon they should have killed off Roman in that particular part.
I remember when we were watching, I thought like, oh fuck, maybe they're actually going to kill him. Like maybe they just like actually kill someone to give the film a bit more motivation.
The first thing that comes to your mind is like, cool.
I was like,
Ooh, he's
I think
dead.
there's some stakes in this film.
Yeah, there's actually like something happening.
I just like
Something's
all the
changing.
times when he was like getting shot at and like all the bullets, and I was like, okay, he's invincible. And then like he dies that way. I'm like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I didn't see that
That'd
happen.
be
Yeah.
so, yeah, that'd just
and there's
be
like much better when
brilliant.
you like fictionally kill someone than actually kill someone.
Yeah. And we know it's Fast and Furious, so they can die.
Oh, everyone
Damn,
they brushed
Sam.
over that really fast, didn't they?
Sam. But like, you can kill him and then bring him back in like another 4 films. Like, it works. Unless
we
you're
talking
Paul
about?
Walker.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like,
But I want to specify for the listeners who are actually talking
I'm talking about how Han's
Spoiler
suddenly
alert!
back. Yeah.
He's not coming back.
Yeah. But Han's back, but like, you
Dude,
can
he
do
already
the same
came back
thing.
at the end of this film
Kinda. I guess. Kind of, I
in
guess.
spirit
Yeah, I guess.
of a skyline.
Banging skyline, by the way. Sorry, you were saying before we rudely interrupted you.
What they could have done, and which would have made a lot of like, they could have put a little bit of emotional weight and like the feeling of like, them not all being invincible. Which, I mean, for me, watching the film, there's so much shit happening at everything's going on.
There was a lot of emotional weight. Did you not see Bow Wow? He's put on a lot of weight.
yeah,
Emotional eating, does that count?
yeah. So
Fucking got him.
if they did something like that really early on, killed off one of the main characters for a film, bring him back next film. We know you've got it in you. Like, at least there's like this emotional weight that's carried off, and like, oh wait, we're not on God mode. Like, just something like that.
Making the characters vulnerable, I think, is pretty much what you're saying. It's a
Yeah.
huge advantage in screenwriting
Yeah.
when you make a character vulnerable and show that they can actually be killed. Makes a huge difference between when they can't be killed. Like, you don't believe it in any of the Marvel films because, let's face it, no one can really die.
And let's be real here. We all thought he was going to die of diabetes. Let's be honest.
Were you talking about Little Bow Wow still?
No, different guy. Different
sorry.
guy.
Talking about to Roman Pierce.
Yeah, he's always like eating like candy and
Garbage.
Yeah.
just like he's getting diabetes for sure.
The guy likes to eat. It's his thing.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
just like, I had Twinkies. And you're like, cool.
It's actually my main gripe of this film. There's so much going on, like, and so many things being thrown at the screen that you get so desensitized from the film.
There's no stakes. There's just
There's
no
no
stakes.
stakes. Yeah, so
there really
it's-
isn't.
They're all
Yeah,
running God
true.
mode. There's no stakes. There's no actual meat to it.
The stakes is that family. So
Yeah, like
The steak is what Roman is eating.
yeah, like
A lot of.
Do mistakes count?
mistakes. Oh man. Yeah, that's just one of my biggest gripes about this entire
It's a
film.
good point. The more you think about that, the more you visualize other films you've seen when the main character gets injured.
Yeah.
You know, and Lone Survivor, as an example, the military film Old Mate, like badass, and then he gets completely destroyed halfway through the film, and you're like, holy shit. Like, for being such a badass, and you get super invested. I hope he makes it. I hope he makes it. There wasn't one time in watching Fast 9 that I was like, man, I hope they make it. It was, well, they're obviously going to make it.
Yeah.
Let's just see how this chase ends.
Yeah,
I think
everything has happened.
A good thing is, for anyone who's disagreeing with us here, this is
you're wrong.
killing characters is the reason. No, killing characters is the reason everyone in the world loved Game of Thrones. There was people that didn't. I'm not saying there wasn't, but most people invested themselves in Game of Thrones because people could fucking die. People you
also
attached
liked-
yourself to could die, and they would just fucking die quickly and brutally. So there were stakes. So you were watching it because you wanted people to be alive.
It's also why Han was so big. Han died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone was like,
man,
fucking
like,
Han.
whoa,
How
Han.
fucking sick is Han? And then there's these prequel films and they're like, fuck, Han's still sick. We know he's going to die. It sucks. But you still
You
invested.
still watch it, yeah.
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 So there's no stake.
You want to hear my dad joke?
Yeah, go on. Wait. Have you...
I'm really confused by John Cena being in this film. I didn't see him once.
I thought you
Why
meant like
was his name in
sexually.
the credits? I didn't see him once.
One more thing on the killing Roman.
Yeah.
If they had done that, they could have just done a classic beer fest and then have like, oh man,
I'm his smarter brother.
I'm his smarter, better looking twin brother. And I'd actually feel much better if you called me Roman. And
I'm not that drunk.
I'm going to go to space in his honor for him because I knew that's what he would want me to do. Like, I feel like...
That's so
I'm going to throw
good.
this out there now, though. The moment we have to touch Beer Fest or Super Troopers, I'm going to cry
Yeah.
endlessly because I love those films. Thank you for bringing them up, Aaron.
No problem.
They don't get enough love.
I was going to go to I'll Catch You With My Car. It's all cool. It's the thing I've got there. When she has to jump off the bike and he just catches her with the car.
car.
Like,
Yes.
yes, that doesn't kill you instantly, but whatever.
That was like, I've got like a death toll, like how many times they should have died written down. And that was one of the times when Letty should have died. I think Roman should have died like 2 times before that.
Yeah.
For like the total film, I think it was like, there should be dead count. Roman 6, Tej 4, Dom 4, Letty 3. I keep calling her Miss Sandy because I keep forgetting her actual name, but in Game of Thrones she was Miss Sandy.
Oh, yeah, right.
Ramsey.
Ramsey also should have died 3 times. Oh. Yeah, just seeing it, that's how many times everyone should have died.
Is this like because of an accident or you've just like halfway
Like,
through
the
the
things
movie?
happening in the film.
Wait,
Oh,
halfway
I
through
should
the
have
movie,
died.
sorry,
you're
I
just
missed
like,
the part. Did you say Vin Diesel?
I said
Dumb.
Dom, sorry, I missed that. How many times you got for him?
It was 4, I think.
Did you count the part where he fell down into the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Just make sure.
I got so much to say on that
Oh,
scene. This is
fuck.
going to be the longest episode
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
Sean's like, I really can't have this to go that long.
I'm like shaking my head going, I fucking hate that scene as well. I'm just so mad I know it's coming.
Let's go to the because I remember when the trailer came out and we watched the trailer at work because I think you showed me the trailer when I
Yeah.
still had a job, and the 3 of us
You
used to
gotta let
work
it go,
together.
mate.
And there's the part where he like swings the car across on the bridge.
Yep.
The Skyhawk.
So actually, there's 2 things here. When they drive across the bridge, when Tej, Ramsey, and Roman drive across the bridge, they're dead.
Yeah.
That's also they should be dead. That's part of my they should be dead count because you don't come from being on a fucking like 70-degree angle and drive up that. You
I've
just
got
don't.
one argument for that, bro. It's a one-word argument. And it's just called Jeep.
Yeah. Thing is that there's no actual traction there because the bridge is falling. So as they accelerate, it would just cause it to.
Jeep.
Yeah, okay.
Do you own-
Guys, if you
do
ever get
own
stuck in a
Jeep?
bind, Pete owns a Jeep.
It's a Jeep.
They're so big, they have their own gravitational pull.
And that's how they get over the line.
No wonder the budget for the podcast is so low. It's all just getting funneled into the car. What are you doing, love? I got to go down to the shop. I got to get some milk, some bread, and I got to go and get my diff fixed again.
My car's been very good. Thank you very much.
Except for that one time.
Oh, the one thing. But that one thing was... That one
It's
thing was...
always one thing with the GI. It's only happened once.
Yeah, but it was
this month?
uncovered in insurance and it was all sorted. I'm not insurance, sorry. Warranty.
Warranty.
Yeah.
Immediately so defensive. Fuck you, Jeeps are great. Okay, we didn't say they weren't. No, they're great. Okay.
No, I'm saying my Jeep's great, but because of that, by proxy.
By the power of association, all Jeeps are great. But you're right. That scene, that the floor is falling out from underneath them.
Yep. There's no traction. They have nothing to grip to.
Nah. There is no amount of NOS in the world that's going to save them.
What if, bear with me, as the bridge is falling, Ramsey was like, oh no, the floor is lava, and they had to quickly just get up. Like, they floor is lava it.
Ramsey said, the floor is lava. It was like, oh no.
And they're like, oh no, I have to get up high now. So they just drove.
Ramsey just looks at him and goes, dude, don't hold back. And it just happens. Like,
Don't hold back. That's a Jeep. I know it didn't click with you two straight away.
I got what you said.
But that's part of the advertising for Jeep. Oh my goodness.
This podcast brought to you by Jeep.
Enter code. It's a bit shit on the Jeep website to save 10% on your next purchase.
That's the actual title, the new selling pitch of the Jeeps. It's Jeep. it's a bit shit.
One person's like, I've heard that podcast before. And it's Peter.
Okay, so we all agree on that. The next thing is
Skyhook.
Skyhook.
Okay, no, but a little bit before that, when a car gets taken up by a jet plane with a magnet on it.
Yeah, but magnets, bro.
Did that happen before or after it? No, it happened before.
Okay, here's the thing with that scene. As implausible as it is, I can't, in my head, work out how it wouldn't work.
I mean, like, we already have big boy magnets that lift cars up.
Yeah, except where it doesn't work for me is that jet was flying so fast that when it magnetized, it would have probably just ripped the fucking roof off the car.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's like it's a really sturdy vehicle.
Unless the roof has been reinforced into the chassis. Like, one can just assume they did that.
Yep. So, plot armor.
It was made in the same factory as that Jeep.
You would.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, it fucking was. Can't fucking arguing.
So that was stupid.
It was stupid, but I also wasn't like in disbelief of the scene.
I am aware of the
tearing shreds of a Jeep.
I am aware of the old just empty.
You know what?
each
Fuck
pocket.
the Fast and the Furious franchise. Let's talk about Jeeps.
I love a good roll cage, but unfortunately I have a Jeep, so it just rolls anyway.
I was gonna say I'm well aware of the just empty each pocket.
That's what it stands for.
Yeah,
but you're right. You're right. That's one of those scenes that there would be an answer for. Like, oh, it would have just torn the roof off. Well, look, it's probably reinforced. It's like. Then it doesn't really shoot a hole in it. It's got to be a gnarly pilot and a disgusting magnet. The magnet would probably be so strong that it would damage your brain. Like,
potentially, I don't know enough about magnets.
I feel like all the wrestling that John Cena did damaged his brain more than that magnet did.
It damage. But it's not like you can sit in an MRI for an hour.
He's got like a metal plate in his head. Just like,
ding. But there's a good reason you can't be in an MRI for more than like 5 minutes at a time. Like, there's health precautions. One would assume it would pull the iron out of your blood, which would probably not be that good.
Mate, you're not that fun, are you?
I'm so sorry.
Sean, you must just be the life of the party.
I'm digging. Are you kidding me? I think this is great. It's like, and it pulls the iron out of your blood. I'm like, that's metal.
Which it literally is.
Metallica could write a shitty song about that.
They do. It's called Metal in My Blood.
Wait, is that Death Magnetic or something like that?
Did you just try and side hustle this conversation away from how shit Jeeps are?
He's trying.
Byproduct.
I'm working at it. Yeah. But how bad's Metallica?
Yeah, garbage.
You're just upset because the speakers in your Jeep can't play.
Too bad he's like, Jeeps come with speakers?
My AM radio and that fucking
That's what those holes in the door are.
It's just
Jeep funded wars, bro.
But moving on from that, because we know it's a mess. The skyhook part.
Yeah, again, so just going like, like it goes over.
It's like a pendulum. It pendulumed.
Is it a steel cable?
I didn't.
They don't
specify.
It wasn't. It was too quick. It was definitely a hook that was randomly on the bridge, attached to something, and then he's run over it, and it's somehow.
I don't think it's a hook. I think it's just like a piece of wood on a rope, and it gets wedged in the tire in that way for him to be able to use it as a hook.
But like, if that was a steel cable of the right gauge, it would work. Fair enough. It's not like the car weighs 700 tons or anything dumb. Yeah, cables can hold cars up.
There's a hell of a lot of family in there, though.
But family is quite hefty.
Yeah.
But if it's just a piece of timber in the wheel arch, garbage, wouldn't work. Makes sense. The annoying part is he's like, I'm just going to swing the wheel 90 degrees to the right, and it's definitely going to work.
Locked it in. He's locked it in.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he's a Toretto, right?
Yeah, I know. But if I was her in the car with him and he's like, you know what, we're just going to go for it, I'd be like, no, we're not. Not at all. It's like, hey, I'll be able to hit that right at the right angle and it'll force the timber up into the wheel arch and we're just going to hook over there. We're going to hit the ground pretty hard and roll a few times, so it's going to be fine. I'm like, no, we're not. And I would grab the steering wheel and jam it in the opposite direction of him. He's pretty strong. He'd probably win, but I'd try.
Letty can throw down, so like she went toe to toe with Vin Diesel.
That's a valid point. Yeah, I am no Letty or Vin.
In this you are Letty.
I'm definitely more of a Letty than I am a Vin. I mean Dom. But again, one of those. if it's a wire cable, yeah. But it's just a bit shitty. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. And he just, like, a high chance of just driving over the edge and killing yourself. But it's for family and I really need to chase him down. No.
The cliff is also higher than the point where they leave from. So they've got to get up.
They really swung that
over.
bitch
They
up.
do, don't they?
Yeah.
And it just
There's a lot of cliff.
My point is
There's a lot
they
of
fall
cliff.
so far, they would have gained mad velocity. That car weighs, what, 1.5 tons probably?
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
So when that rope actually, when tension is created at that bottom point, surely it would just like rip the front of that car off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
It would. There is no front end
Wait,
strong enough for
unless
that.
it's part of the chassis.
It would still rip that fucker in half. Like, I don't care how good a front end is, Jeep or not, it's not going to withstand it.
Magnets, man.
All those people in like Jurassic Park, like, it needs more science, and like, well, strap yourself in, guys. But this is all about science.
I like that we're an hour into this podcast and we haven't left the opening scene.
That's the opening scene.
The first action
First
scene.
action scene. Yeah.
I don't like this because this is a lot of shit. We'll be here till midnight, and I'd like to sleep at some stage.
Some of us have jobs to go to tomorrow. Sorry, carry on. So, yeah, Skyhook, blah, 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 magnets, garbage. What's the next one?
But after that, we don't actually get anything for a little while. There's a flashback scene. What I did want to make note of is that I liked that they kept the continuity of the guy's broken nose.
Yeah, that's you mentioned that. I think you messaged it earlier today or something. I was reading it, or someone said it.
Oh, you read my notes. It was
Yeah,
my
yeah,
notes.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That I can appreciate.
Oh,
Well,
the
I
agent.
didn't get that.
After that, we go to a flashback scene.
I love that because it's got like that one line, like, "You ain't half the man my dad was," and he's like, "At least I'm alive." Ooh, that was good. I was like,
is that so? That's when he's
big
talking
ol'
to the guy who killed his dad.
yeah. Well, not killed him, but like ran his car into the side.
Yeah, and then Dominic's eyes
Inadvertently.
killed him.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes, that was quite dope. All I wrote down,
So dope.
Dope.
it was a savage line, bro.
Shuckers, bro.
It was a savage. I wanted to say savage garden, but I couldn't fit it in there. It was a savage line.
I just put like the line, like, "You ain't half the man my dad was. At least I'm alive." I was like, big oof.
Bulk off.
Yeah, that's several oof.
At least they keep him with the continuity.
Man. Got him. The next thing I have, they're in the hangar, like, with, and Charlize Theron is like,
Cypher.
Sorry, is in the glass prison.
Yep.
And the thing I've wrote is like, how do I find Charlize Theron so attractive even though she looks like she's cosplaying Ben Stiller's character Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, but Simple Jack was hot, so...
I just like, everyone online is just talking about like, look at this
What's
bitch
the
with a bowl cut.
As I like to always.
Charlize Theron can do no bad.
As I was gonna bring back to like my missus always, she's like, what they've done to her is a crime.
Because of the Simple Jack haircut.
Oh, that, yeah.
But it wasn't even that. Like, out of all the things that was shit in the film, you cannot
that
stand
hurt.
there and tear shreds off Charlize Theron.
Yeah, no, but she's a fantastic actor. Why is she working in this film?
Oh, if someone,
Money.
yeah, okay. If someone came to you and said, you know what, we're going to cut your hair, make you look garbage, but here's 20 million, you're going to go shave it off.
Actually, I would probably just
Like,
You would say the opposite. Stick it on.
yeah, give me that hair.
Just fucking bolt it on there.
Take some photos of
Hot
me
glue
with
that
it.
bitch up there, and I'll do it.
and then shave it off.
And then shave it off, and then fuck my shit up.
Fuck my shit up, fam. But like I was looking at her and she's like doing all these like intense scenes, and I was just like, God damn, she's attractive.
Yeah.
No toilet in that cell, though.
There's a bucket, I think.
She's just been pissing
Your
on the
eye
floor.
died. Your eye died is like, I fucking hope so. Or else she didn't piss for hours.
That poor woman.
I'm sure they had someone escort her.
No, they wouldn't even give her a real computer.
Yeah, like, they're not going to let her go to the
They're
shit
like, you're gonna have to pee in that bucket, and now these are all glass.
Your imagination just ran away with it too. Oh, yeah, it's got to be so good. What? Oh, I mean, anyways, it's real shit. Yeah.
I've just got a new thing I have to research later.
You hear the texting? Glass case of emotion.
Where'd you guys have for that? My next part is when Mia rocks up. So
Because that was the first one she was in since...
7.
The next thing I have was like, how come none of these...
Seven.
Seven.
Yeah.
Well, how come none of the actors can turn their heads? Like, you see John Cena, like, talking to Charlize Theron, and he just turns his whole body because he just can't.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the neck range.
That's like a thing you have to consider for an actor now. When you're looking at someone like, does he have the neck range to be able to pull this role off?
Yep.
We can just digitally do it. It's fine.
We'll add it in post.
Okay. So the next thing I have is this in the hideout with when Mia rocks in?
Yeah.
I have two things from that. Then one of them I figured out later. But like, how come Mr. Nobody's secret lair looks like a villain's secret lair from like the 60s Bond movies?
What are you calling it? A secret
Lair.
A secret lair?
Yeah.
Layer or lair?
I'm thinking I'm saying the second one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So I thought, I know you're reading it. It's lair.
Yeah.
Sorry. Carry on.
I am reading it.
Pardon my grammatical Nazism.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
it depends, because if you're watching Austin Powers, it's Secret Lair.
I watched
this
a lot
is
of
not Austin Powers. Your sentence just went straight through me, and I'm like, really, bitch?
No,
I was just like, where have I heard it how Aaron says it before?
It's
Austin
because
Lair.
and I do a Bond reference. Bond English. Austin Powers
Yes,
also
valid.
English.
Yeah,
There
we've
we
gone
go.
full circle. It's
Yeah.
allowed.
Fucking
Okay, so with that scene when Mia shows up to the secret layer,
How did she find the place?
yes,
Yeah.
like did someone
'cause
bring her? I
Letty-
can't
Letty-
remember.
Letty-
Letty bought her.
Letty-
No,
Right,
she's
okay.
she's like
Yeah. But did Letty know?
Well, the thing is, like, they only just found out where this place is. Like, oh, here's this thing. It's like, what is she doing? Like, quickly texting Mia, like, hey, here's some weird coordinates.
girl.
Yeah. XOXO.
Hey, leave little B with big B and whatever your kid's name is, and we're just gonna girl party.
Whatever your kids.
This is my joke for that scene. Is Mia basically says our kids are in the safest hands possible. Letty then says with Brian, and I think it's kind of fucked that both Dom and Mia killed their children, and they just gloss over it. It's all okay.
I knew this joke was coming, and it still hurts.
Sorry to just dive back because I told you I was gonna.
I see you didn't like.
We've moved on.
No, I know, but yeah, he was in 5 and 6. Just putting it back this.
And I just need to take it back a little bit. There's a scene where he's
that
looking at
agent-
So good that
that
you're
agent-
like, I need to find
I just
this
need to
out.
very quickly make a point that this is the first episode that I've set up these phone holders because we're going to start like filming the fan fiction segments, and because I've done that, every motherfucker keeps going to their phone so willy nilly.
No, mine's always been here.
Aaron, you're good. You're just doing the same thing, but like I've noticed
Fine,
that
I'll fucking take it off the
Sean
stand
keeps
then.
going to his phone. And
I think that's
and
where his
Peter keeps
notes
going
is.
to his phone.
No,
I've
To
got
be
my notes
fair-
here, and then I'm like,
Yeah,
internet.
but you
is
guys keep
here.
Googling. You
No,
keep like
I'm-
jumping
I'm-
to the Google to find things out which you've never done before.
I'm not Googling, I'm doing equations.
In my defense, I'm on IMDb. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You hear the intro to Pornhub? Just IMDb. Mhm.
I've made my awful joke. We can move
Just
on.
a quick,
Yes.
just to move, take the needle back a second. There's a scene when Dom's looking at the iPad and he's zooming in, and there's this unclear picture just like it meshes together, and it just becomes clearer the more he zoomed in. And I'm like, that kind of annoyed me.
It's like at the start of the movie, right? It's like at the start. It's like the scene where they're driving across the minefield.
Oh, God.
And what's he?
I'm still on my first page of notes. Can we please move forward? Fuck.
Just skip a page.
Why is she on a motorbike? I mean, jeez. Like,
There's a little plot point beforehand where they're talking about like, oh, you know, they have Han's face up on the screen. That's what it was before you started eating plastic, whatever the fuck you're doing. They had his face up on screen. I got chills, and then they were like, oh, you know, where will we find him? And they're like, well, I just happened to get a postcard the day he died.
Sorry, was someone messing with you last time you were trying to make that comment?
No.
Okay.
So Sean's left. That's unfortunate.
You hear the static of the mic being pulled?
this is like, sorry, I had to go.
You just called me in.
My battery is depleted.
Warning. All right, carry on.
All right, so after Japan, I mean, it's stupid. Yeah, you're right. It's like stupid coincidence.
It was just like, I was like, I didn't even bother to second guess this the whole time. He's packing just before there's this part that I didn't mention where the iPad where he zooms in and it clears up. He grabs a postcard just like out of nowhere. And it's just, and it just happens to be the same postcard that he's just like, I got this postcard.
Maybe he takes it with him on missions.
Why? I've seen a bunch of missions and he's just like We get guns? Cool, check. Got my sleeves? Nope, check. And then he's just like, where's my postcard? You guys see my postcard? Like, not once.
Maybe he keeps it under
Guys,
wraps.
we can't leave the house till I found my postcard.
Right? And then all of a sudden he's packing for like this heist. He brings the postcard and then he's just like, you know what, guys, this is really weird. I got a postcard from Han the day he died of just like a Mexican city with a cross on a building. And then it's just like, I think we know we have to go to Tokyo.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah.
And they're coincidentally eating exactly at the ramen bar across the street from where the sign is.
Yeah.
The flag.
Tokyo is
tunnel.
actually a very small place and you can walk from one end to the other in like 30, 40 minutes.
So
like it's
true.
fine.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
we've all been there, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
been there.
we've been walking.
Super
We've been
small.
walking here for a good few hours, so you know we've checked everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
That's exactly how it works.
north,
yeah.
south, east, west, the middle bit.
Yeah,
like
what
it's fine.
clues did they go off at that point? Like,
I don't know.
There's a
The
Mexican
flag.
flag in the window. Did you not see that? Pay some attention.
Yes, yeah,
Holy
it did.
shit, man.
It did.
Like, Christ.
And this is the scene when I first realized
what happens
that
if you're like, let's go eat here? Nah, this place is shit, and they go around the corner. Like, nope, there's
all
Han's
good
gone.
there's good, so it's fine.
Yeah, I know.
This is the first scene that I realized that Michelle Rodriguez is so orange. Like every other color there was fine. Like, and
Like
then-
Trump
Wait,
orange?
every
Like
other color is
Trump, like-
She's
fine.
really orange. I didn't click
Like-
until Aaron said it. And I was
like she
what
got
the
like fake tanned hard.
Yeah,
I don't
she
know.
She is like, yeah.
Yeah, but I suppose you put her next to Mia, she's going to look super
this was
But
just
just in general,
Like there were scenes like after that I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Like she's just fake tanned.
Loompa, loompa.
yeah.
One scene she accidentally put too much tan on, and like, great, yeah, we have to do reshoots. Or we'll edit it in post.
They've got that color chart with all the different skin tones on it. It's like okay, not okay, and they're holding up
The
against it.
paint swatches, or like
We're gonna have to reshoot.
they've gone to their local hardware store and they just grabbed a bunch of like, all right, mahogany, we're going to take some oak, and they're just like
Holding it up
little
against
swatches.
that. Ooh, it's a bit too much magenta on you.
That's the first like, and then was this the
You're still
attack
in-
happened then
you're
in
still in
Japan?
Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a coincidence
Yeah.
that
What a
they
spot.
found him, and also like for the people that didn't realize that it was in Japan, quick ninja fight. Like,
Oh yeah.
Actually, you know what? That scene
God.
actually does come a little bit
Is it a
later.
little bit later?
It is a little bit
okay.
later. Yeah. Not
Oh,
too
yeah.
much later.
yeah, because I
but
wrote, are the Americans
bef-
really in Japan?
They
Better
see
add
the
a martial
flag.
arts scene.
They see the flag. It cuts to the airfield where
Ah,
the guys
okay,
from
yeah.
Tokyo Drift come in.
Oh yeah,
Which we've already commented on, so I'm not going to go too deep into it.
Rift.
All I wrote was I loved how washed out all of them look. Sean got addicted to meth. Little Bow Wow became Big Bow Wow, which you guys
Yeah.
said, nah, he's just
Just
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow.
Second evolution, and Forgotten Asian guy just looks a little bit more forgettable.
I guess it shows
All
you like
that
a
and-
realization of like, yeah, sure, you become Drift King. Then what do you do?
You make
Now that I'm
rockets.
Drift King, I want to be Rocket King.
He's like, yeah, 10-second car's cool, but if you had a 9-second car, and then it just got to like, hey guys, we're doing it. Bear with me. 2-second car.
Yeah.
he's like, the 3-second car's boring. He's like,
I'm
I
gonna
had
throw it
to
out
make
there.
this.
All those scenes were fun as fuck, though. Like, I was
Yeah,
thoroughly
yeah.
enjoying every time they were on screen. I was put off by, like, the fact that I can't tell if, like, Sean's, Lucas Black, the character's hair is, like, receding or if they just cut his fringe too
It's
short.
receding. It's 100% receding.
Yeah, that-
Look at him. He's got a skirted eggshell.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But you're right. It's like, I was Drift King. Now I make rocket cars. Oh, and then I'm a pilot later.
Yeah. I can do that suddenly. Because
Yeah, I
I
like-
can control a rocket car on a remote control, I'm obviously qualified to fly this
Yeah,
plane.
like I get it. Oh no, his dad was Air Force or Navy?
Navy.
Okay, so it's not like he flew boats.
No, but Navy people...
I
Navy,
mean,
they do
they
have-
fly cars, so you
Yeah.
could fly
Yeah.
boats.
the Navy actually do fly planes as well.
Yeah, they
that's a valid point. Actually,
they
That is a
can
good
almost
correction.
have like helicopters and planes and all sorts of weird
They
stuff.
have all sorts of shit in the Navy. You can be like a Navy pilot and then...
and they have seamen.
like,
It was a cum joke.
I'm pretty sure like
Guys,
that...
that was a cum joke. Aaron made a cum joke.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure
Hey,
from...
no, Peter, this is
No,
a cum
it's
joke.
I didn't say the B word. So
Okay.
you just have
I'm
to
like mousing over already.
you just have to like marinate in that.
Would you say that there is a large quantity of semen?
Yes, like a boat full of semen.
Yeah, like a mass amount, like a gallon of semen.
Almost like a camel in Afghanistan amount of semen
Yeah, nice.
in that boat.
Awesome. All right, moving on.
Yeah. They can fly jets and shit in the Navy.
That was like a roller coaster. Like, yeah, the big build
And the
up.
whole time,
Now we're talking
all
about
Shaun wanted us
cum.
to say was bukkake.
And then, I wasn't even ready for it. I'm like, yeah, that's all I wanted you to say.
Looking you in the eyes like,
damn
You
it.
want this ice cream? You want this ice cream? You want this
No.
ice cream? No.
No.
okay, so that's the airfield, and then it goes to the cop chase with Helen Mirren.
Yep. Yeah.
Only good driving scene in that whole film.
This was the part that fucked me off about that driving scene. She takes off.
She's a woman,
fast
no.
and furious. No,
Yeah.
that didn't bother me.
Wow.
Yeah, some of us don't see that,
Okay.
Peter.
Yeah. Some of us don't see women.
She takes off.
I like a thick cock in my ass, right? That'd be hard felt that.
You were really frothing over that Navy scene as well.
You're like, I bet this.
I just want a gallon full of semen, dude. Like,
Sorry, Helen Mirren. Now that
Yeah.
we're talking about
Now,
that.
sorry, Sam, you're going to be disinterested for a little bit. Helen Mirren, she takes off in a vehicle, turns a corner, then police come. Literally, so she's like a good, block and a half away,
in a supercar.
in a supercar.
Incorrect. It's a hypercar.
Out of a hypercar, out of direct vision. They catch up to her instantly. They even know where she went. Like, she's turned a corner. They are not even on the same street yet. And they're like,
How do you know it's the same cops,
But
mate?
do you know why, though?
well, I don't. But they're all in shitty cars.
Wait, do you know why?
Why?
Because it's in the script.
So Peter had to leave.
Hi, my name is Peter.
I do leave.
Damn, that is real unfortunate.
And that annoyed me because they were so far away, and then all of a sudden they've turned the corner to an empty street that she's already turned, and then they've turned after her. It was a T intersection, and then the next, literally a second later, the next scene, they're right up her ass.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be much of a chase scene if they weren't chasing her.
Yeah, but how do they get?
I just don't know that there needed to be a chase scene there, to be honest.
She stole
and I
stuff.
feel like, but she gets away soon enough, and she could just get away. They could just make it so that she gets away, right? But I feel like they really had to play on this old lady who is also a woman driving a fast car erratically. That's quite quirky.
She
Let's
doesn't
do
have
that.
a-
Oh my god,
Well,
everyone's
wait-
gonna love that.
wait a second.
She doesn't have a Cockney accent, though, does she?
What?
She's putting that accent on?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was bad.
But how,
You good?
you just make a good point. How do they even know that when she comes out, no one knows that she's the one that stole them.
Yeah, exactly.
So she just gets in the car, and because she takes off so dramatically, the cops are like, that must be her. Or the person, or him. That's
That must be them.
But maybe imagine driving that car around. You're going to get pulled up a bit.
They literally forced the chase scene for
Yeah.
the sake of it being quirky and fun because it's an old woman driving a car fast.
But the most annoying thing about that scene was actually her shitty Cockney accent. That actually pissed me off.
I like
Didn't bother me at all. I was more
and
put
she's
off by
like,
the fact
oh,
they
that
forced
was
the
the
chase
hand.
scene.
Grab the e-brake there, darling.
You could imagine if when John Cena heard that scene, there was a guy here, he was about your size, John Cena would be like, you're fucking joking me?
You guys are almost identical. He's almost as big as you, and he's like, motherfucker.
Really? What, bitch?
Yeah.
You see them next to each other, and you're like at the end, you're like, get fucked.
It's like in the last...
The line was, this geezer was about your height, similar features. That's what the line was.
Wait, one more time in that accent?
yeah,
This geezer was about your height, similar features.
Yeah, I'm feeling it now. That is what she said.
yeah. And today I found out Helen Mirren does a cracker fucking Cockney accent.
We've got her in the studio, actually, right now.
Come on down. Oh, where'd she go?
You know what? If we ever start making money from the podcast, instead of doing AI for voices, we can just pay cameos.
Wait, I'm not being paid for this?
We never said we weren't paying you.
Oh, okay, good. Carry on.
Yeah.
We totally have money to pay you, don't worry.
That nervous laugh.
This comes out of Sam's account, by the way.
Oh, I'm being paid in dust weevils.
Do you take IOUs?
Yeah, can I please put this podcast on tick?
I can pay you in Dogecoin.
I'll take that.
He's like, oh,
Is it worth anything? Dogecoin?
It could, though.
I mean,
I think it's...
the amount you're getting?
I mean,
you could probably get
like
a can of Coke.
I love that. Ours are, but yours aren't.
It's part of a coin.
But I liked that scene with Helen Mirren in it. I like her as an actor. Everything. She's one of those actors to me that She's never done anything.
What you're
shit.
listening to right now, audience, is Shaun getting brownie points from his wife. Yeah, keep going.
I don't even think Ella
his
would know
wife.
who Helen Mirren
And
is, to be
let's
fair.
be real. Ella's not going to be listening to this.
Nah.
Say she does. She'd be
Yeah.
like, oh my God, Shaun, I love Helen Mirren too.
You have a really...
Shaun gets sex.
You have
he's
a really
happy.
strong outlook on how many people listen to this.
It's always good to be positive, though, right?
All my friends and their girlfriends and their friends listen to this. Like, do they?
Too bad I wake up tomorrow. Ella's like, so... You don't like Helen Mirren? What do you mean? How did you know?
Do you mean sometime next year?
Actually, that's a good
No,
point.
she's actually listening to this conversation now. She's like, I fucking knew it.
I know that this episode's going to be exactly like the first one, and it's never going to come out, and my hopes are just going to be trashed again.
As long as Peter doesn't say anything overtly racist or sexist, we should be okay.
I don't do that.
Everyone just... Did you see that? Everyone just snapped at him like, don't fucking say it.
And he's like, I don't do that. And the first thing that came out of my mouth was,
Not from around these parts, ain't you, boy?
No, I just like to say things and see what
actually makes
It's a
it.
trial
I say
by
it and I
fire.
look directly at Sam because I'm like, yeah,
You're going to have to cut
edit
this out.
It's only there to make Sam like
Every
a
second
fuck
word is some racist bullshit, and Sam's
know.
editing.
I've literally gotten to a point now where when I do fuckle edits in an episode, I take a picture and I send it to them like, look how many edits I didn't have to do. Hey.
And like, I don't listen to it, so like, I don't care. But like, Peter's just like, he says stuff, and it's just like, I'll see what makes it.
He's keeping timestamps.
Every time Sam takes like a timestamp where he has to edit out, I actually also take a timestamp to see like,
Where to
did
put
he?
it back in.
Did he? Like,
Helen Mirren scene. Moving on.
All right. So my next thing is how the fuck did they even know or have any fucking idea that firstly him going there was going to be a trap and that they were going to call Interpol and have him taken away and all
then
that sort of
get,
shit? How do they know any of that?
Because he plans ahead.
Literally
Sorry, we're talking
nothing.
about the scene where like Helen Mirren's like,
So we're
"Oh,"
talking about Cardi B
yeah.
rescuing
she's like,
Vin Diesel.
I was actually paid to take you to him, so I'm going to do that now that you've just conveniently got in my car.
Yep.
And so Helen Mirren takes Vin Diesel to see the rich Russian,
yeah.
Rich
He's not-
Russian
is he
son.
European? Is he?
whatever
Czechoslovakian.
whatever European dictator.
He sounds Russian. Let's just say Russian.
So yeah, rocks up there, and yeah, he's somehow been able to plan this. Like, hey guys, this is probably going to fuck me
but-
up. I'm breaking into a consulate's house, and they're going to definitely call Interpol on me. So
it's like-
can I get these
Let's go
strippers?
back on this point.
but-
Though. He firstly had to know Queenie had been paid to take him to that place.
Well, I feel like with that Cockney accent, you know she's going to try and double cross you, but
Yeah.
she's just so scrappy. You just let her.
It's like, has anyone ever tried to fix a car before? Because you fix one thing, there's another
I
problem.
can
So it's
safely
like,
say
it's like
no.
it's like planning ahead. You know what I mean? Like you're like, okay, so
Is
this
that
gonna
like
happen, this is gonna happen,
just
this is gonna
part of Jeep ownership?
Yeah.
Or
happen. Yeah. That's
Pete's,
it.
Pete's used to this now.
You guys ever
If I
just have to
fix
fix
this-
your car? No.
Just you, Eddie.
My car has been fine. Thank you very much.
Defense.
I've had no problem from my Mercedes
be-
van. Thank you very much.
Fuck, that was bad. That scene was very annoying. Like, one, why did Cardi B have to be in it?
Fucking kill me.
Two, how does he know these women? Like, I thought they were all strippers.
Do you know what
And
I
he's
actually
just
think
like
it is, though?
convinced them to like, hey, work for Queenie or something. I don't know.
The video game that came out?
What video game?
There was a Fast and Furious video game that came out. It was dreadful.
I didn't even know there was one.
People said the
Yeah,
driving
yeah,
mechanics
good.
were really good because it was developed by people that make a driving game, but the game itself just fucking was trash. Like, it just didn't pay off at all. It was crap. But the two characters in that are two females, and I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the two female characters in that tie in to the people that he's like, you know how Cardi B is like, he says to Cardi B like, oh, this
Are
person
they
told me
treating
you were here or something
Yeah,
like
they
that.
treating you well, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, I thought they were like working for Queenie and he was just like, you guys were strippers or prostitutes or something. Hey, is she treating you
No,
right?
I think it's a
Ripping
tie
people
into
off?
the video game that nobody played.
Okay, well, that's why I didn't
Oh,
get
well,
it.
then I didn't get the reference because
Yeah.
I never played
And
that.
that's
I didn't
weird.
even know there was a game.
That's weird because I play a lot of video games. When you see me, like,
Nerd.
I'm like a very overweight, just like neckbeard guy, and
Big beard, no hair.
Yeah.
yeah. Hang on, that's a lot like some. And like I never played that game, so I'm very.
I've seen all of that, didn't make any sense to me.
No,
like,
no.
like how did they know? How did you then double know to double cross?
You could have
double
taken
know?
that scene out and
it
not
wouldn't have mattered.
changed the movie.
Yeah,
Yep, absolutely.
that scene didn't need to
it's
happen.
a rebuttal.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just like some little like things like you said this to me, so now I get to say it to you sort of scene, and that was it.
It was Isn't that the scene where he finally meets his brother and he's like, "This is my world now," and I'm a spy. None of that had to happen.
But literally none of that. You could cut that scene out of the film and no one would know.
Nothing-
because it
nothing would
doesn't
change.
create any plot points
At all.
whatsoever. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. You're 100% right. Yep.
Yeah. Therefore,
The movie could have been
Helen Mirren
fucking
didn't
2
need to
hours.
be in the film at all.
No, not at all.
No.
The film could have been 2 hours instead of 2 hours and 28 minutes.
Yep, which is the longest running film ever made. Yep.
Fast and Furious film. I
Yeah,
believe.
sorry.
Yeah, no,
It's the longest running
fastest
Fast and
I was
Furious
like,
film.
I'm pretty
ever.
sure the Titanic was long as fuck.
Australia, the movie. It was like 3.5 fucking hours.
Why watch it when you can live it?
Yeah, true.
But also,
Oi, Struth.
Crikey, that was a long film.
now we go to the fight in the Japanese house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so I have
okay.
a couple of things I want to say here. Firstly, so the Asian girl can fight good and use swords. That's problematic. And then because me as a woman, she fights in the kitchen. That's problematic.
Oh, Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
none of that concerned me at all, except for the fact that, like, how do we tell people we're in Japan? Oh, we'll do a martial arts scene. And the other part where the Asian girl knew their names, she says, like, lady, behind you, or get down, or whatever, as the dudes were, like, coming through, and she, like saves them.
She's
And I was-
obviously heard the stories from
yeah,
Han.
yeah, but, like, Han's just like, yeah, and lady's, like really orange, and...
Talks in a
Mia-
gruff voice.
Yeah, she's like eaten gravel like a few times, and Mia's like she's pretty, but like she's very plastic. Like she's had a lot of plastic surgery. Like she had a picture of like Michael Jackson midway and was like something between me and that. And then they're like, okay,
It's very accurate, though.
I also like Mia was never like the fighter. Like,
No, but she's still a badass, dude, okay?
yeah,
she's
but
a
suddenly
woman.
she's a fucking.
she hacked into
Absolute
the
hard
police
fighter.
department to try and find her brother.
Yeah, it's just like all these
She did what she
skills.
had to do, bro, when she was 16 years old. What's wrong with you, Peter?
Why does every
All
henchman...
women are strong.
This also goes to another point I have, which is just
all right.
which is just called retcon and furious, like where it's just like let's just create characters when we need. I got you. No, I got you. One of those goodies for you to use yourself. You have your own goodie there, so you can do this. Everyone has their own goodie.
Sorry, carry on. Yes.
Now, okay, that scene,
Yep.
fair enough. Why does every henchman have to be an idiot and a garbage fighter? Every single one.
It's in
and they
script, bro.
rarely speak.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Bitch. Like, okay, if I'm walking into a room where there are people I have to murder, I will walk in with my handgun drawn, ready
just
to shoot them.
up and out, and you're like, here I
I'd
am,
be
a professional.
I would already be ready to shoot them. I'd walk in, she would pull a sword out. I'd put a round through her head. Okay, who's going to come at me next? Oh, you are. You're dead. They walk in,
you
they're like,
run into the kitchen?
I see that all three of you don't have weapons. I'm going to holster my sidearm and beat you with my fists. I hope I don't die. Good luck, everybody.
It's like, oh, you run into the kitchen. I still have a weapon. What are you getting? A spoon.
Like,
Throws that at me, and he's like, oh no, not a wooden spoon. And
not
then
the
she grabs
spatch.
I've
Not
been
the
spatched. And then she gets a pan and like knocks him in the face.
like, if someone comes into any room I'm in with a handgun trying to murder me, I'm running
Aaron,
away.
What you were telling me is that she's played Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Move on.
That is a valid statement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Allowed.
Okay, so Mia just got more attractive. That's what I'm saying. Any woman who's played Conker's Bad Fur Day, instant 10. We're at 9.5. No one's a 10.
Oh, just me.
Got him.
I hate that about movies where henchmen are just
Stupid.
garbage. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but
Hey,
then,
You're paying top
I'm a
dollar.
very rich person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna highlight. Hey guys, do you have any like ones out the back that are a little special that like no one's gonna like pick off the top shelf?
Yeah.
Like,
Can I get like a bulk discount on the cheap ones?
How much for three?
you're like
They're
these
gonna
ones,
die
These ones are
anyways.
actually a little broken. They just grunt and they're not very smart and they're just like, Yeah, but you do like a group deal? Like if I get 10 of them, like...
What's your return policy if they're garbage, alive or dead?
Yeah, it's like, yes.
Yes.
It will be one of those.
There is no way they should... Is that another tally for your fatality count there? Like they should have all died in that scene?
Well, no, because there's nothing that gives us certainty that they should have died.
They
Letty
had
jumping out
firearms.
through glass.
On top of another body. From like 2 stories, which is not that high, and plenty of people have lived from
through
that.
glass.
Using someone else's body.
She jumps.
Using someone else's body.
There's
through
still
glass.
there's still some pointy boy glass that's
Not
gonna like
necessarily
not
would have
even a
died.
scratch. She's like immortal or
Yeah,
something.
but no certainty she would have died.
Almost like they're immortal. Oh my god! So, okay, and that's the scene that after all that fight and everything happens, Han is on the roof with the sniper rifle.
Yeah, who
and
he
and
down
he
there
starts-
has
Also
He's that sniper
problematic.
rifle.
Asian people that are good with sniper rifles. Like
How is that
precision.
problematic?
Come on.
Yeah, but when did he learn how to use...
like, how is that problematic? Like, oh, he knew the wind velocity and he did the quick math. Like, what?
Just literally answer that your question, Aaron. Come on, man.
The fact he has like a high-powered sniper rifle from a
Whoa,
block
sure.
away.
Like, yeah, like,
Whoa.
not
That's a
even
bit
not even a
problematic,
block.
mate.
It's
Yeah,
like,
like it's completely irrelevant.
20 meters
Could've
away.
just
He's like,
shot him with a handgun.
And that in Japan, that's illegal.
It's illegal everywhere.
yeah, like there's
That
no
movie's
rule.
so fake. That gun is illegal. Okay. Okay.
So then from there we move on to the.
Han reveal.
Han reveal.
Oh no, no. The Han doesn't come from there. They know it. You see Han with the sniper rifle, and you're like, yeah, okay, whatever. But then it cuts and they go to the.
So they do the thing with the
magnet
magnets
thing.
then and the zip lining that just seems to last
Yeah,
forever.
when old mate becomes a detective really
Remember
quick.
when we did? Remember when we did RoboCop 2 weeks ago?
You did RoboCop?
Yeah.
That'd be a sick one.
Oh man, that's a
Good
good
time.
one.
He
You
gets
just wait.
He gets bodied so hard and still lives.
There's a lot of
Thank you. That's not what this is about. But thank you.
RoboCop should have gone for 4 minutes.
It's just called Cop.
dead cop.
It's a true story of like just a US cop who just gets bodied.
Dead Cop 2, Dead Cop 3. Like, how do they keep making these movies?
Yeah, but Dead Cop 3 is trash.
It's just like a setup still of like the dude's grave. And it's just
Everything
like,
turns to shit.
But Dead Cop 3 is a guy's grave with ninjas.
They just strap a back.
jetpack.
Yeah,
Like,
they strap a jetpack to the coffin. Go.
Well, like, RoboCop 2 has, like, the part where, like, the other RoboCop kills himself. So it's just 2 dead cops.
The second film is called 2 Dead Cops.
Okay, back to Fast and Furious 9.
This is 2 podcasts in one.
Yeah.
What a bang for your free buck.
When we did RoboCop, you spoke about Glassgate.
Yes, Glassgate, that's a thing.
I want to talk about Magnet Gate in this film because those magnets only work when they want to work.
Yes, they do.
There's even a lever
No,
that they
okay.
turn on
Okay.
and it works when they want it to work.
But how did the necklace not come off straight away?
Because like
They beat
it was
those guys up
they
and
fought,
everything?
and then all of a sudden like a ghost picked up
The
the
thing and turned it on.
definitely silver and not another metal that Tej
Isn't it TJ? Am I
It's
imagining?
Tej.
Tej
Tej.
Tej.
Yeah, it's Tej.
Is it Tej?
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
the magnet like so like yeah his necklace like starts to lift up, and then when they zoomed in more, the necklace got clearer and clearer on the iPad.
As soon as you started talking, I'm like,
You
I know where
fucking
this
piece
is
of
going.
Yeah, you piece of shit. Love it.
What a side hustle.
I'm glad we keep going back. That's really happy.
No one brought it up, so I just feel like
You're looking around the room like, is no one going to get on this?
This is an obvious point here. How's
my
everyone
God.
missing this? But no, for me, great. The magnets throughout the whole film, the moment they're introduced, are inconsistent on what they can actually do.
Yeah.
They're magic ones, dude.
Yeah, that's
They
very true.
literally just fit to suit the heroes. Like
yeah, there was a little
at
part
this point
like,
they work. At this
later
point they
on in
don't.
the film where the magnet's on and like knives and guns are getting whipped up, but
Yep.
then the magnet's still on and he grabs a knife and cuts the person free.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like sorry, spoilers, I've skipped a bit. But yeah, like they do work in very odd ways.
Do you think
Yep.
that maybe they're like plot magnets? Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe the
And they
knife
had-
is made out of a non-magnetic metal.
Some sort of armor.
Maybe. Out of all the other knives, they're like, well, I guess I have to use this
Maybe
like glass one, this obsidian
Maybe
knife.
the knife is made out of copper.
I mean,
Brass, sorry, not copper.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Is
I feel
not
like-
right. Brass is the right answer there. Science. But yes, like
Just aluminium.
isn't there? Am I jumping ahead if we talk about further up?
We can talk about all the magnet shit now if we want. Like
Okay.
we can cut
Yeah,
forward
we
So
can just
correct me if I'm wrong.
Get rid of all the magnet stuff now.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The scene where they crank the magnet
Yep.
and it pulls the car through the building.
Yep.
Yep.
Aren't they still in the back?
Yes. Both
No,
Roman and Tej.
they've
Roman
jumped
and
in the
Tej
back, in the front, haven't they?
No, they are not. They're leaning through the window, talking to them. I fucking went back and looked.
Ah,
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I
that's-
thought. I was like,
yeah.
okay, so they're
Yeah.
immediately got bodied because
Yep.
of the magnet.
But then another thing about that scene, right, is they crank that fucking thing, and the car tears. The magnet is so powerful from like almost a block away or a building away. It tears through a building, rips through the side of the truck, and goes to the magnet. Right?
Yeah.
That's what they show.
Yeah.
Right? Later on, at the end action sequence, Dominic Toretto turns the magnet on, and two big, heavy armored trucks blunk, stick to the side of his car. They don't crush his car. They don't do anything. They just sit nicely next to the side of his car.
Right.
Magnet
yeah.
gate.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a cool sequence.
They only go to so far, apparently.
No, like those trucks should have crushed the
Oh,
fucking
no,
car.
100%. They
Like,
should have crushed themselves till they reached the magnet.
Yeah.
Like, and the magnets are like in the middle of the back of
Yeah.
the car.
The next thing that fucks me up about this film is the CGI. There's a good amount of practical effects in this film, but with the magnets, they way overutilize CGI. I was reading that Justin Lin hates CGI and he just wanted to use practical effects.
Good fucking luck.
But then, how? Because
Yeah.
they definitely don't. And I also saw there's like a scene of practical effects where there's cars smashing into the front of the car, front of the big van at the end there, and they reuse the same footage 3 times at different angles.
Yeah, of course they
Do
do.
they?
Yeah, I saw the same same Mini Cooper crash into the front left window 3 times. Yep.
It's one of those bits of Hollywood that you don't notice
You don't
until
notice
you rewatch.
it's a different angle. Something
Yeah.
else is happening in the scene. You just don't see it.
Yeah, they would always be reusing footage. I guess, but yeah, that makes sense that they would reuse it.
But yeah, so basically my whole thing is through that whole film though, the magnets are super inconsistent. They never
Yeah,
fit
it's
with anything.
always something different. Like I get what you mean about the necklace part. Like right at the start, all of a sudden it's magnetized. Then it isn't. Then it is. Then it isn't.
But the moment they walked up to that truck, that necklace should have come off.
Yeah, absolutely.
The guns the guys were carrying.
should have come off. Yeah, straight away.
Yep.
Well,
yeah.
they
It
weren't
literally-
activated at that point, were they?
Yeah, they were on.
Yeah, because Tej is standing there and his necklace rips off after they've beaten the guys up.
Right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
But that's
"Is
when
it
they're
real?"
like. But that's when he's like, "Oh, look at those guys' ears. They must be the baddies. It could just be a guy who just fights on the weekend." Like,
cauliflower ear boys.
yeah,
and they didn't even have that cauliflower ears. And how could you tell from that distance?
I couldn't see whether they did
That pizza foot guy, I'm the ear guy. Let me have this one.
Eerie Aaron and his ears.
Beautiful. Like music to my ears.
So because it was coming at the same time because he has that.
It's some jizzies. Yeah, magnets, banger.
And it then moves into the driving scene where she drives the van that she's never driven.
Okay, so the I can't drive gag, I actually really liked that. I thought that was a really clever gag to put in the film. For a film that's all about people that can drive cars really well and so on and so forth, having someone that just cannot drive is actually a really good gag, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
But then she learned how to drive very quickly.
And I mean, I know that there are cars out. I think that there are cars out. Like, I'm sure someone can correct me, but there's no clutch.
There's no third pedal in that vehicle.
There's no clutch.
There has to be if
So
it's a manual.
they make a joke like, "Oh no, it's a manual."
But then there's no third pedal.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be a manual then.
yeah, but there's still a gear stick there.
Hollywood.
And then she gets really good really quickly.
Does she though?
Yeah, she like comparatively when she's like, "Bleh, bleh, bleh," and then all of a sudden she can drive like, and then it's almost like, okay, now you're just driving normally, but just swerve in a shit. Like,
And did anyone see like or hear the unenthusiastic hand job voice when she's like, "Hey, that was not my fault," and then she hits another thing. She's like, "Oh, that was my fault." Just like she's like the most dead inside voice I've ever fucking heard from an actor. She's
Yeah.
just so over it at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
she's probably had like 30 takes.
hey, that was not my fault.
I am completely sorry.
That was my fault.
Yeah, she was pretty ratchet in this film, not going to lie.
Ratchet.
Yep. The best
Did you
part,
say ratchet or rat shit?
Rat shit.
Gotcha. I heard ratchet. I'm like,
still works.
still works.
Yeah.
Yeah, still works.
My thing with the zip line where John Cena's like zip lining across the city and Vin Diesel's like chasing him in a car and then he's like, nah, wait, I have a better idea. I'm going to get out on foot and I'm going to roof run after him. And so like John Cena's like, whoop, and then you just see like Vin Diesel like awkwardly like running on a clay roof, like jumping off buildings and like awkwardly landing and just sort of like, and he somehow catches up to him. Yeah. He has time to like catch up to a guy who's like zipping down, grabs a gun, shoots it, zips across, and he's just like, no, I'm like, a foot race this
we
motherfucker.
actually missed another point here. I just very quickly go back to it. I promise not doing the iPad necklace gag.
That would have been good if you did.
I could have, but I chose not to. The car he's driving has the engine mounted literally behind him.
Yeah.
It would be so loud. There is no protection or anything behind him. There's no barrier behind him. It's just a massive fucking engine mounted behind him in that car.
Which car is it?
And he's just talking on the walkie.
And he's talking on the walkie-talkie. He can hear everything, and everyone can hear him perfectly. And there's no way that
he's
fucking old mate John Cena
and engine back. Sound. He's got driving so fast. Sound can't catch up to him.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
I mean,
Just sound
because he's driving
there.
fast. Hold it. And furiously,
Yes,
like
fair
he's fast and furious.
Because my next point was that there's no way John Cena
My
wouldn't have heard
disappointment
him.
is boundless with
Sorry,
that sentence.
there's no way that Jacob wouldn't have seen him coming.
He's like zip lining down. He's like, I'm
trying to
doing
give like
this.
a John Cena joke that didn't really work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he's zip lining. He's like, I'm gonna make it, and then, and he's like, oh fuck.
Yeah. You do bring up
that's
a...
what the joke should have been. He's ziplining and here's this fucking engine. He's just like, oh god.
They're talking to the... What's Dom's brother's name?
Jacob.
They're talking to Jacob, and he's like, the idea is I'm going to shoot a zip line from roof to roof, rappel across, easy. Don't have to be on the street where the bad guys are going to have cars. And then Cypher, whoever it is like, aren't you worried that the police or someone will see you? And then John Cena's like,
You go for a Cena joke.
nobody will see me.
See, that's what you should have done.
Classic
That's what you should have
misdirection
done.
there on his part. Like, I thought he was
you
going
know
to talk
what?
about something else. So.
He has a 9-to-5 job, and he did. And he thought of that one on the fly.
Pretty sure it's 8:45 till 5:30 actually.
That's
I
even more.
haven't seen enough of like the WWE to like. I keep missing the John Cena. Like I just got that. It's John Cena. Like that's what I have.
And you're like, where?
Like
It's John Cena. Everyone in the crowd's like, just like looking around. I don't get it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things, but I just don't. I don't know where he
but
is.
like, what was
experience.
that? His other thing. Like, where is
So
he?
what you're
Who is
saying,
it?
Peter, is you never
Is
seen
it
him.
you can't see me was his thing, and then he would do this like you can't see me, and people are like, where the fuck?
You can't see me.
And people
what
are like,
he'd
where the
do.
fuck did he go?
Yeah.
Because you couldn't see him.
He's so fast.
Yeah.
And
Furious, but only one time.
yeah, probably not again.
Yeah.
Nah, it's unlikely.
Now I'm caught up, so it all makes sense again.
Yeah.
Very
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fight scene was like overpowered. Like when they actually
Punches through the brick
punches
walls
through
and
wall,
shit.
and then like, he
Always
goes to
head
tag
just
tackle him
doesn't-
through like and like half of this like concrete looking. I mean, it's probably like chipboard or some shit. Like this wall just like tears through, and it's made to look like it's hard. And they're just like, huh, but we're brothers and we're angry at each other, so we can deal with the pain. Yes.
Yeah, I was
They
gonna
can
say,
deal
can
with the
someone
pain.
like I'm gonna jump? Can someone grab me and then push me through that at velocity, and we'll see if my head doesn't just explode on the fucking side of the door.
Just for all you listeners at home, Peter bought in these Japanese snacks, which is pretty much a cracker and cheese and a single almond on it. Pretty good.
An almond.
And now I'm
Well, if you motherfuckers are going to say layer,
That is accurately correct to a 1960s Bond villain, so I stand by that.
layer. What are you keeping there? Almonds. Sorry, shithouse harpoon scene on roof. What's next?
The next thing is when Han comes back. My comments here are
Chills.
very simple. chills.
It's just one page. It just says chills.
Oh my god!
My comment here is, we also never see Gal Gadot's character's body, so she could still be alive as well. Followed by the Asian girl's accent is really fucking awful.
She's New Zealander.
Yeah. I was
doing
I actually wrote she
really
sounds closer to Australian, so that makes sense.
Fuck, she's not the guy who... The
guy.
girl who... Sorry.
I don't think she is the guy.
She could be, though.
Is she the
Come
girl
on,
that
man,
plays
it's
the
Hollywood
voice?
in 2021.
Hold on, oh shit. She's not the girl who does the voice for...
Peter, get off your fucking phone.
No, hold on.
While you're
I
looking
need
that
to know
up,
this.
looking the voice up, yeah, she's like 28 or 29,
Damn.
New Zealander, doing the shittest accent. Like was she British?
Yeah, yeah.
She was. So she's
Okay, it's not
a
the person.
Japanese, like in the movie, but she has a British accent, played by half Asian, half New Zealander.
Can we get a quick round table? Can I get everyone to say, I like teas and biscuits in their best British accent?
How British? What kind of British?
Just
Yeah, which part of Britain?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it all. Someone just give me the British accent and everyone copies it.
Like,
'Cause there's a couple.
You know, I think I really love. What am I saying?
I like teas and biscuits.
I like teas and biscuits. Yeah.
Peter?
You're Peter.
I am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I could go like the
Just
Bogan
exactly what he
version.
did.
Like the same
Yep,
accent,
exactly
the exact same accent.
Yep.
Like where were you from?
Like, I'm fucking no mate.
Southeast Ender.
I'm from fucking. That's so.
Listen here, you fucking
I
prat.
really fucking like tea and biscuits.
It's like such a
Sean,
snatch
your turn.
reference. I like tea and biscuits.
I like tea and biscuits, yeah?
I like you
We
fucking
can,
teas
all,
and
we can all
biscuits.
run that pretty
Listen here.
easily and not sound like we're fucking Australians. I think we can all pull
You know,
that off.
I
with
think
some
I'm
teas and
you
biscuits.
were tricking us.
You know, I think right. I think
All
you're
I was
real
trying to
fit.
say is that it's not hard to do that accent.
Are
Like,
you thick or what, mate?
if she's a Kiwi and she couldn't do that accent, there's something wrong with her as an
Wait,
actor.
well you're a Kiwi and you can do an accent. So let's here we go.
You're a Kiwi.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll mess
Yeah.
myself out.
Sean
Yeah, yeah.
has unfortunately
I have
left
to
the
go.
podcast.
You.
I think it was just really confusing. Yeah, I didn't know what fuck's going on.
Yeah, sure, a little bit.
Because you could go like
It's a tad smidge, yeah.
you could go a bit more chavvy than that, couldn't you?
You couldn't, yeah.
And we
Yeah,
don't suck
go.
at accents yet. Look at us.
What do you mean we suck at accents? We do not suck
That's
at accents.
we've been
fucking
putting on
nailing
these
this
shitty
shit.
Australian accents for fucking ages.
We're
Pulling
clearly
these
from
things off
Dubai.
forever. We're actually from Dubai. That's right. I forgot about that.
It's now called It's a Bit Shite.
Shiite.
It's a bit shite.
Shiite.
Sorry, moving on.
Tis a tad
Yeah,
shite.
sorry. They introduced, and she's just like so accepting of like all these people.
Because Hans told them.
Yeah, she's like, so they became family, and then it pans to like Dom when they're telling the story of like how she was found and stuff. Like, oh yeah, and then she became family, and it pans straight to Dom, and his face was just like, yeah,
Single tear.
I understand.
like he's just like, that is family. That's a bond. Doesn't mean there's blood, but you're brothers.
You drink Corona? Yeah, you're in.
You can have any drink you want, so long as it's Corona.
Han tells a story about how he saved her life, right?
Yeah.
And how she's the key. In the scene where he saves her life, does he not get shot a bunch?
He looks like
I
he
thought
got
so,
fucked.
yeah.
It looks like he was about to fucking die, yet apparently she somehow miraculously pulled him out of there and they've
Well,
lived
like
happily ever
he
after.
came through
until,
and shot and fought, and then just like landed on the ground weird, and then it looked like, oh, they're gonna fuck him up, and then they all fell to the ground. Like maybe he was just winded.
Maybe he was just winded. The next thing we go to here, okay, so the one thing is the whole like escape plan when they're surrounded in the thing and they get busted is they turn the magnets up.
Yep.
Wouldn't the magnets also rip away all the computers from the wall and everything else as well if they're pulling
That's
guns
why.
off
That's
people
why
and
they
pulling
put they
pins
put
from
they put their
fucking
hands
grenades?
lightly on the computers.
That's when they do the joke to trick.
That was a great scene. They just fuck him up with madness. That was
A little bit before that, I do have one thing where they're talking about like how Han saved him. It's like, Han saved me. We basically became family. And then, all right, everyone has family except Jacob. And he's just chilling.
For now.
He's just chilling like in this like concrete cell, looking over as like Han's getting hugged the shit out by Dom, and it's just like single tear like streaming down his face.
This is Han, my real brother.
All right, now we can go to yours. Yeah, the
magnet scene.
Magnet
but
scene.
yeah, like you were saying earlier, there's
a lot of inconsistency with magnet. Let's move past it because we're so far behind.
Past the piss back, guys.
The next thing I think is Dom being big tough guy, locking the door and fighting everyone and falling into the water.
Okay.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Sean, just can you give me a
so
beer,
dumb.
please? I'm just. This is a hard scene to watch.
Yeah.
The part that I can take him like fighting a bunch of dudes. Getting the shit kicked out.
Thank you.
Seeing like one dude climbing up the ladder.
You.
I can see all this. The part that I don't see is him grabbing the chains and just Kratos from God of War ripping the chains down, like these big, thick boy chains, ripping them down from the ceiling so the platform falls off.
Yeah, but they're plot chains.
Oh, fuck, I didn't think of that.
And then let's also talk about
I'm
the
so
fact
glad
that
we
there's a bunch
sold you on
of
everything. There's a plot something like yes.
there's a bunch of concrete blocks falling from the ceiling.
You mean clock?
Did you say cock?
Yeah. Cockpots.
Oh, God, look at all this cock falling from the ceiling.
I was going to say concrete plots, but yeah.
Concrete plots. Lime?
Yes, please.
Lemon,
Plot
bitch.
creep.
There's a bunch of concrete fucking blocks falling from the ceiling, and they would fall faster than him. And if they hit him, they would kill him. But somehow they would miraculously miss him.
God, it would have just been so
Wait,
much better if one of those things just bodied him in that scene. Eh?
Yeah.
Like, imagine that Dom's
And that's
dead.
how Dom dies.
Yeah. The thing is that Vin Diesel has nothing else going for him, so he cannot be written out of this franchise.
Well,
He will do another Riddick movie. He now
Yeah,
owns all the
he
rights.
owns
Don't
the
worry
rights.
about
That's a
Sure.
conversation we have when we talk about Tokyo Drift, okay? Because
Okay,
the only reason
yeah.
he's in that film is that he didn't want to pay
yeah,
for it.
that's right.
He just wanted to get the rights.
yeah, fair call. Yes, that scene is just a mess. It's one of those. It's one
So
of those
bad.
scenes where you go, "Oh, I wonder how this is going to happen," and then you finish watching and you're like, "Really? Like, couldn't it have just been?" He holds the door shut, and because so many people walk onto the metal framing, and it's an old silo,
breaks,
it buckles down and blah. They don't have to make him out to be
You
this
know what would have been better
god-awful
than that?
strength hero.
If we got paid to make that scene better, the way you would have made it better is he like fucking like slams so many dudes down that it pulls the chains out. Like he's like fighting people and he like slams them onto the ground. And he just slams
Yeah.
enough dudes onto the ground that eventually the whole thing goes. Like he's just like, slams someone's down.
that
The whole
dude.
thing, and the whole thing falls to the ground.
Vin Diesel slams so many
I like that
dudes.
Vin Diesel has just become.
That's a tag on
It's
Pornhub.
just it's a bukkake of bodies at that scene.
He was really into that one too.
Yeah, I was ready for that.
Dived on it.
I like that we've just turned Vin Diesel into like the Sylvester Stallone of our generation.
He is though.
Sylvester Stallone's the Sylvester Stallone of it.
That's true.
No, he's the
Also,
Sylvester
thanks to
Stallone of
Symbols.
the previous generation, which we are.
Yeah.
We grew up on Vin Diesel, not like me. Okay,
Well, I didn't grow up on him.
Films.
Hey, just next to him and around him.
I just watched him a lot.
And then he wasn't around within like 200 meters of my school.
Then he wasn't around so much anymore. Eat fresh.
We aren't sponsored by Subway, man. Raycon E25s,
No.
Raid Shadow Lanterns, NordVPN. Pick one, stick with it.
Skillshare.
Skillshare. Sorry, forgot about your Skillshare.
Please tell me there's a commercial halfway through this. Like, it's just done.
We don't monetize. We don't have enough listeners.
So then we go to the flashback scene.
Yep.
And the only thing I wrote was that flashback scene, the drowning flashback scene gave me cancer. That's the only thing
I wrote, man, Vin Diesel is acting his heart out in this scene. He deserves a Razzie. Family.
Oh, there was a full stop after the Razzie.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Razzie.
Family.
Razzie.
He deserves a whole
Stop.
family of Razzies.
1, 2.
Family.
Family.
Yeah, watching this, I was like, I feel like a worse person because I watched this. Like, I gained nothing from this.
Do you know what? That's another one of those unnecessary scenes.
Yeah, you could cut it out. And
I
make no
guess
difference.
it was him realizing that his brother did just do what he was told, and then he didn't kill his dad.
But there was other ways they
Yeah,
could
but
have
if someone
shown
could have
that.
just cracked him and knocked him out on that platform,
Yep.
all of a sudden he wakes up, he's like, I remember.
Because literally the whole reason, like,
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, but you can't
He's like-
knock out Vin Diesel.
he's
though,
like,
can
Dad
you?
is you're like physically unable to knock. Like, it's out of his contract.
Yeah. He can't be knocked out.
Now I'm trying
By
to
one
think
single
really hard
fist.
about the time Vin Diesel's
he actually
been
has
knocked out.
things in his contract that says, like, he can only lose so much of a fight before he wins and shit
Yeah,
like that.
like he's not allowed to be like lose a
Please
fight.
tell
and
me
then
you're
win.
taking the piss.
I'm not.
No, no, like,
That's the
legitimately.
whole thing with him and The
Legitimately.
Rock. That's where it all came from.
Yeah, like
Stop it.
No,
Because
no,
I
no.
remember that in the I know one part of the contract was they had to frame The Rock in the last film or whatever the one he was in so that they look like they were the same size. Have you seen that parallax footage
I
that they
did.
did?
It's
ridiculous. That was in the contract that The Rock cannot look bigger than Vin Diesel.
Which is pretty fucking difficult. Like, kudos to those CGI guys.
No, it's not CGI and it's garbage. You rewatch the footage and you go, oh, that looks like shit. But it's that 2-second footage of a movie you don't notice.
It's like Vin Diesel standing.
He's in the foreground and The Rock's in the background.
Yeah.
Like a good 4 feet.
He just says the line. He's like, "Did he say it? I can't hear it."
It's just a whole bunch of like forced perspective. They went like Lord of the Rings level to film it all.
They've just got The Rock on a pulley, and they're just like, they went, and they're just like pulling him away.
It's a miniature, really close to the camera.
No, that's cool. Vin Diesel. He has a name, and it's in his contract.
It's in his contract. There's a miniature.
But like, he's actually, he's not allowed to lose. For, like, he's like a certain part, and then he has to win. He's not allowed to lose a fight and then come back and win. Like, he has to, like, if he's losing, it's during the fight, and then he gains an upper hand. Like, the upper hand for the thing.
Crazy with this.
The upper hand that he had in that scene before was that he was the one that, like, pulled the chains down and then took out all those guys, and he survived. Like, that's his
Imagine
win.
having to write a script for a character and being like, oh, they're losing a bit too much here. We better make sure that we don't break contract or something. Like, disgusting.
Someone's going to read that and, like, Vin Diesel's like person,
Yeah, like they're
and they're going to be like
the script.
Yeah.
He would read it like
absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly it.
he doesn't land enough punches.
Yeah, it says that he punches 4 times. Vin and I would much prefer if he landed 8.
Yeah, like
8 out of the 4 punches he took. Hollywood's like,
they just cut the footage and mirror it.
yeah.
Just him on both sides, like.
Could you imagine like how much of like a really shitty ego you'd have that though?
I mean, yes, Hollywood. We've just
Hollywood.
No, but like it's just like I am.
If we can ever get someone from the Fast and the Furious on this show, which I'm sure we're going to reach that point of
it won't
popularity.
be Vin Diesel.
It won't be Vin Diesel, but if we can ever get
Han,
someone, it would be Han. It would be the guy who plays Han, or maybe it would be like Ludacris because he likes hip hop.
and he'll do anything for money. I mean, he's in this movie called Tokyo Drift, like Fast and Furious and stuff. He'll do anything.
They go to space. That's where I'm at here. So.
Oh, we're right at the end.
We're not.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
Isn't it?
Nah.
No.
That's like
they're in space,
20
and then there's like 30 minutes, and they're back in space again. Like they cut. Like the space scene happens.
Oh, I thought you were implying they went again. I'm like, I've missed something.
They did a cut.
They're still in space. Yeah, the science is legit, man. Diving suits, why not? Go for it. Have at it.
With like electrical tape.
I'm so disappointed. Like being a writer going, we'll just put them in old Navy dive suits, which will expand heavily.
They do, though. You see at the end. Because they look like minions.
And they did say, like...
You fucking dog.
There's like a 50-year-old lady listening to this, and they'll be like, I like minions.
Aaron had to take the fucking knife out of my hand in the cinema because I went to kill myself when they said that. So
halfway through it. No.
And it's just like a minions joke. It's okay.
I just thought of I'm going to make the meme when we do this, when I do my thing. It's just like that scene, and it's just like, I hate Mondays. And it's just them like...
It's hanging there. Like...
Nah, it's always like...
I hate Mondays.
You can subtitle it like this meme's from the future. You don't understand it yet.
But your kids are going to love it.
No. Do yourself a favor. Look up minion memes, and they're all like a minion with like a cocktail or something, and they're just like, I drink any day. It's Monday, and there's like 50-year-old ladies going like, it is a Monday.
It is Monday, and I do that because I don't have a job. Wait, are we implying that Sam's a 50-year-old retired woman?
You are.
I categorized us as a we, like those who are laughing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm immensely jealous. I wish I could just not work.
Jesus Christ. Sam just gets beaten.
I had a mission coming into this tonight, and Aaron knew exactly what it was.
I'm gonna give that motherfucker.
I'm gonna tear shreds off this guy.
He's just flailing him at this point. Like,
So good. You know, after everything ends and like the whole podcast ends, he's gonna put his hand over the mic like, "Hey, do you have any jobs going?" Like, just real quiet, like, you know, on the tire.
well, have you got anything on the go right now? Or do you know anyone who needs something?
They can put the job on check and just pay me whenever. He's scratching at his arms like, I'll do anything, man. Just hook us up.
Just let me suck that dick, Shaun. Fuck, man.
Oh, you know I'm good for
These guys won't pay me anymore. But you will.
It's like, what did you say? I mean, I'll suck your dick. Okay. Opens wallet. But anyways,
God.
I digress.
Oh, fuck. So my commentary on the space thing, which we'll move on after this, was I'm so glad they did the math and stuff on this rocket launch into space. Otherwise, it would be totally unbelievable.
Question mark.
And then, that was me being serious, not sarcastic at all. And then I wrote the line that Ludacris says, which is, told you numbers don't lie. And then I wrote, eat that, Shaun.
I know. And I screenshot that comment
And sent it through to
reposted it back to the group.
Yeah.
I feel personally attacked.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm a man of science. I enjoy it.
You've dabbled.
Minor dabbling. That scene, as soon as you saw the rocket in the first scene, right? I've gone, okay, something's going to happen.
They're going to use
They're going
that.
to use this later. There's no way they're going to have a scene with a rocket strapped to a Pinto or something, some shitbox little car. That is heat shielded to
Sierra,
fuck
I think
for,
it was.
Yeah, Sierra. For whatever reason, I just knew it was going to be used later. And it was all of a sudden, it's strapped to the top of a plane and they're going into space. I've gone, this is immense garbage. Like,
See,
this is unnecessary.
I'm going to throw this at you because I kind of knew, I think we all sort of knew.
I saw it better in the
that
trailer.
the moment that car showed up,
They're going to space.
Yeah, like it just popped into the forefront. But there's that part of your brain that's like, no.
They can't be that stupid. Yeah.
Nah, they wouldn't.
I read a
They
thing
wouldn't.
that's like Vin Diesel initially said like no to go
Good.
into space because he felt like it would be too ridiculous.
Good.
But then once it happened, they were okay with it.
They're like, we're just
All of
going
a
to film
sudden,
it.
My respect for Vin
wrong.
Diesel was going up halfway through that sentence, and then you said he was good with it, and then it just bottomed out again.
You forgetting about the part where he was just like, I sign a contract that states I have to
Yeah,
win
valid
every
point.
fight.
Yeah. Referring to previous statements, reintroduce the level of garbage he is.
Look, we all know that that part is retarded. The only part that I had about this, the whole space endeavor was the fact that like,
I know what you're going to say.
they're like, don't worry, all we have to do is obey the laws of physics was one of the lines. They say that while just about to spit in the face of the laws of physics. Like that was like every other part I was like, there's nothing that needs to be said because this is already
Yeah. It's
Too
when they
much.
say shit like that, it like takes you out of the film and you're like, you're right. This is fucking stupid.
Yeah, like it really withdraws you from.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh man, it's like
Yeah.
You know, it
does
would have been
the-
better if they weren't so sure it was going to work and somehow it worked. They had played it out like it was some sort of like, oh my god, it actually fucking worked. If that's how they had played it out, you sort of would have been a bit more like, fuck, it actually worked. Like if they if they added intensity to it, like I don't know if it's gonna fucking work.
like
or
the
not.
windscreen smash, and then they have to get out and like float towards. Like if there was some other thing that wasn't just Raymond, Ramus, what's his name?
Raymond.
Raymond.
Ramon. What's his name? Fuck, Jesus, we've got the same.
Ramon.
I've just
No.
memory blank. But he says
Roman.
Roman. Thank you. He drives the car.
yeah. That's actually another part of pissed me off.
Oh, sorry.
Let's just knock the car part out like straight up. Like, that's the part that annoyed me. He turns the steering
turns the
wheel.
steering
and,
wheel.
like,
No, you guys, he downshifts, accelerates, turns the steering wheel.
Yes. You just leave the driving to me, bitch. We're flying.
and then it's like air compressor. It's like a. Everybody's like just turning.
Yeah,
How does he go up? One stage it goes up.
Where's that
Oh, wait.
axis?
All right. He literally downshifts, puts his foot on the accelerator, and hits the NOS. Dumb.
And it's spelled DUM. That is. I hope I didn't move too far forward here.
Now let's just knock the space bit out because let's not so we don't have to come back.
Yeah, it's
From space.
garbage that they went to space in the first place. But then that happens, and you go. I literally in the cinema went fuck off. I verbally
Audibly
said,
said,
"Oh, fuck off."
There's a few
And my mate
times
next
where
to me
it
is
says-
like, "It's pretty cool, huh?" No,
Do you speak to this friend anymore?
It was great. Is we were laughing in the cinema, and people were looking like we were like. I felt like we were doing the wrong thing by laughing because
What did
people
he
were so
say?
serious. And we were
Pissing
laughing.
ourselves.
I think he said
man.
that's pretty cool or something like that, and I've just gone no.
I
Man, I'm leaving.
No,
I
glad it
laughed
wasn't your
so
wife,
much.
otherwise you'd be divorced right now.
Anytime I say to Ella anything about Fast and the Furious, you can see her eyes roll back and this white noise happens in her brain. Like, and she just tunes completely out.
We're out of space now. It's
Yeah, look, I
ridiculous.
feel
we
like
all think
the
it's
Let's
stupid.
just cross that.
Lord.
The space station bit was stupid as well.
So then we move on
Yeah,
to
they're Twinkies.
the big scene with the big armored bus truck
Yeah.
thing.
yeah.
So they get the orb.
What's more plausible, space or that thing?
Well, that thing I think is real.
It is real.
It's not
an actual
CGI.
vehicle.
Yeah, it's an actual vehicle.
Can you lift it with magnets? But
I mean, they're special
I mean, they
plot
can try.
magnets.
I would imagine so.
Now, this is the part I don't get. They give the girl the orbs, right? They give the girl the orbs, and
was built
her
great.
DNA just makes it go sparkly, and they put it together, whippy green light around it. It's now sealed, and they just put a sphere into the wall of,
the truck.
Have you not been following the film? Magnets.
and it just stays there spinning.
Have you not been following the film?
It
Magnets.
stays there spinning.
Magnets.
The
Okay, and
amount
now-
of bitter in your voice means that this part annoyed you the most.
I'm not finished yet. And then somehow this floaty ball thing is being scanned and sending like fucking Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 8.0 signals to a fucking satellite.
Has anyone
Yes.
not been bothered by the fact that the franchise has been taken over by like the whole Transformers thing of like the cube, the spark, the whatever the
If
thing?
it's
a
I
Tesla.
swear to
The
God,
God's eye.
You're the only one that likes the
No, no,
Transformers
no,
films
but
here.
I
so,
don't like- no, I don't like
can't-
them.
You've got an Autobots tattoo on you. Like, don't even pretend.
Fuck, I'd fucking wish, bro. No, but it's like
Does he?
the God's eye.
Yeah,
No,
and he's
I
like he's a
don't.
huge fan of like what's his name?
The director.
Shia LaBeouf.
Just do it, Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, he's got like a Shia LaBeouf thing.
Shia
Is
LaBeouf.
it
Now,
Shia
just do
LaBeouf or Shia LaBeouf?
What I'm going.
When Shia LaBeouf resurrects the guy with sock glitter, how did you feel about that?
Yeah.
He was stoked.
I
He
was
was just
really
like,
keen
fuck
on
yeah.
the sock.
So
yeah.
sock Peter, he likes feet and Transformers.
Yeah, yeah.
So that moment was like a baller. He was just like, yay.
I wonder if there's any toe flakes in there too. No, the thing,
Optimus Prime got up, and he's not the only thing that got up.
yeah. No, is anyone else
famous.
upset at the fact that like they've just fallen into the gripe of like there needs to be a certain thing. So it was like the God's Eye, I think was what it was called, and then there was
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like they're falling into the trap of like there's something
there's
that
a
we
thing,
need to get,
but it's
that's gonna
always
stop
this,
the world
that
from
does the
destroying.
same thing. It goes to a satellite that does another thing. Oh, it also goes to a satellite that does a thing. Oh, and it will control all the phones.
No, you're right, Peter. That is actually a very good point to bring up. That it's always some important plot device that fits in the palm of your hand that will end the world,
And it
Hey,
attaches to some fucking
Peter.
stupid
and it's
satellite.
a satellite.
Peter,
Yeah. Every time.
plot armor. It's called plot.
No,
it's a
just-
plot device.
No, it's just like, let's just... What did we do last time? Oh, we'll do that again. What was it called last time? God's Eye. Okay, let's call it Ares now instead, because, like, it's another god. And, like...
yeah, or Zeus or some bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm sure Justin Lin and the current screenwriters are listening to this because we're a really popular podcast.
And
so
it would be called Zeus's scrotum if it was anything, because
So-
that dude fucked.
That's your idea for the next one. Zeus's scrotum.
Just
Zeus's scrotum. He
but
was
it's a car. Let's make it a car this time.
Yeah, for sure. It's a car with like a special abilities.
When it hits like, I don't know, 88 miles per hour or something, it travels back in time. Let's
Wild.
just go there. So this is the big car chase scene, and there's not much really that happens there that isn't just me bitching about magnets. Has anyone got anything else?
Nah, look, it's Magnus for me.
I do like one part about that scene.
Is it the part where the guy standing fighting John Cena
Bust
and
through the road sign?
the sign goes through him and he just stands there because he's so staunch and buff and it doesn't hurt him at all?
No.
Is it the part where John Cena falls off the car, lands on a really bad CGI car, which slides and hits Mia's car, and he gets onto Mia's car and Mia saves him because family?
No.
Who the hell
Yeah.
is John Cena?
Sorry, Jacob.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Never seen him. No, there was one thing because I'm a
You
guy.
gotta be Italian to do it. Like, oh, I never seen him.
Hey, I never seen him.
I'm not
But-
gonna stick with that racial stereotype, but thank you.
You know what they say about Italians?
That's
Aaron?
problematic, bro.
But one thing I
Calling
do
it a
like.
racial stereotype is problematic. Okay.
There's
Sorry.
one thing I like, and that is that they used the new Toyota Supra as one of the hero cars, which I thought was nice because the new Toyota Supra is a nice car.
It is a nice car. I think it would have been cooler. I think you said to me when I was still working with you.
Well, you're not now?
Flashback. Oh, yeah.
That you like the tribute they did.
Peter's laugh in the background.
You like the tribute that they did in regards to making the Supra look like Han's car from Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think it would have been better if they had have actually like just made that a newer version of Han's car from Fast and Furious.
But there isn't a new version of this Toyota Supra. I mean, the RX-7 that his is based on.
Right.
Yeah, they haven't released one, have they? Yeah. So,
okay.
But it was one of those, like, the hero car from the first Fast and Furious film was the orange Supra. It's just nice that they've reused the new Supra. And I saw that and I'm like, that's nice. Like, it should be in the film, so that's just a nice thing.
Again, that goes further to my argument that if they're going to replace Paul Walker, they do it with Han.
Yeah.
Because orange Supra.
Yeah, and his was a orange and black RX-7.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's too bad his car got wrecked, though. But they did reuse the engine.
Just moving forward so we can get on to the other bits that we have to do is how quickly that like they forgive him. It's like I was double crossed. Now I understand who my true family is like from Jacob's perspective. And it's like, we forgive you, bro. These things happen, like family.
1967
But they weren't exactly forgiving. Like, they still told him to fuck off, and then at the end scene...
Well, they didn't really tell him to fuck off. They're like, there's going to be a lot of people after
car.
you. I'm going to get there, man.
Sorry, bro.
That's a different conversation for that. But
Sorry,
it's more like...
on his feet.
Slow down. You're going to come
Mia
too fast.
saves him, and there's like that gay fucking look they give each other. Sorry, I shouldn't say gay. That very cheesy look that they give each other at that moment, which is just like...
Stepbrother, no.
I forgive you.
Stepladder, no.
No, it's brother, no. It's not step. It ain't step, brother.
That makes it way worse. I don't want to hear this.
I don't have anything. It's like after that I've got like, haha, yay, family, finally we're all together. Vomits.
That slow spew down the chair. Like,
Yeah.
Just
made
bubbles
up
out.
of
All the CGI in that last action sequence totally took me out of it, and I hated it. Even when we saw it in the cinemas, like there was some good practical stuff there with the magnet stuff, but the rest of it was like CGI, and it was bad.
Sam, the magnets weren't real, bro.
What? What? How dare you? That's the ends? Am I jumping too far ahead talking about the drone scene?
No, we can go there. So that I've got.
Oh yeah.
I wrote this line. I wrote this line especially for you.
Right.
I really doubt that gravity and physics would allow Dom to move through the truck whilst it's tumbling so violently downhill. If Tej was there, I'd probably believe it, but because he wasn't, I didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't do it because
Tej could do the math.
He could do the math.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is a whole warehouse for a single drone piloting rig. Yeah. That seems like a waste of money and space, even for a supervillain.
Well, I feel like there was more people there, and they've just packed up and left, right?
And she's walked out like, where the fuck is everyone? She's got out of the drone like, what happened?
Where's
Like,
the fucking trailer? Yeah.
Like, they're not getting paid anymore. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm just going to take some shit.
I must admit, when that all happened and the truck rolled and blah, 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 and her drone, which I didn't think at the time was a drone, all of a sudden she got what I assumed was killed. I'm like, oh, okay. That ended abruptly. Like, I get it. She's the bad guy. Yeah, I get it. But like, and then the drone thing happened. You're like, oh, okay, cool. Okay, that makes sense.
And she's too smart for that. How did she get there?
That makes complete sense.
So at this point, no goodie has died and no real baddie has
Well, I'm
died either.
pretty sure that for the next two films, Charlize Theron's character is going to be the main villain.
Can she have,
I think
like...
that's where they're going.
Yeah.
Like,
But she has been already.
The big bad guy.
She's already been the baddie.
But not to the same extent. Like, for a little bit there with the
She's
chick
now
that got
learned.
killed.
She now knows more family stuff.
Yeah.
She now knows more insider secrets.
That's right.
Did she the family bit?
She's found an anti.
They've said, look, 20 million a film until we finish it off. And she's been like, yep. Okay, let's move the fuck on.
Yes, carry on, son.
So the next
My wayward son.
scene I have is, obviously, I made fun of the car tumbling down. The next scene is when they give Jacob the keys.
Yes.
We're all in the same place?
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, so for me, the value of cars literally means nothing in this film anymore. So it's completely diminished. Dom giving him the keys doesn't mean anything. It literally doesn't mean anything anymore because they're all fucking rich. They all have a shitload of money.
Yeah.
So the value of saying, here's this thing that helps you escape because family means more to me than my fucking job or anything like that. Like the value that is placed in the car in the first film is now diminished because that literally means nothing. They're all super fucking rich at this point. None of that fucking matters anymore.
It's still a way to escape though. It's still transport.
But they don't have the police. There's no stakes in the place at all.
There's been no stakes the entire film.
Yeah. The fucking people taking over the satellite and shit like that.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
shitty stakes. It's shitty stakes, but that's the stakes for this film.
We do enjoy stakes.
But when they give
It's like
him
a
the
150
keys,
rump,
the
though.
stakes are there's going to be a lot of people chasing after you. You're going to need to get away. You better get a head start.
Yeah, but that's like a $50 150 rump steak though.
It ain't no sirloin, baby.
Yeah. It's
But the implication...
I feel like you're just backing up my point.
No, I know what you're getting at.
Yeah.
There's just a way to deliver it of, instead of it just being, fuck you, we're going to leave you on the side of the road, figure your own life out. It's, hey, no hard feelings. Here's a car. Consider this a helping hand.
But it still means nothing. It's literally an empty... There's no sacrifice involved. When Brian gives the keys to Dominic, there is a sacrifice that goes with that. You know, when you're watching that film, this police officer or FBI or whatever the fuck he is handing over his keys to someone, giving up his life to let someone else live and not rot in jail. Right?
Yeah, but it's not like
he's
they're trying to...
sacrificing what he's lived for and what he's fought for this whole time for family.
But it's the symbolism of giving the keys of...
The symbolism's there, but the stakes aren't.
Yeah,
That's basically what I'm saying is
agreed,
like
yes.
it's an empty gesture
Yeah.
because it's like we're doing this for you, family, ha ha ha. But there's no for you viewing it. It's still super empty. It's like they gave him the keys and they threw back to the first film.
But it's his actual brother though.
Yeah, it's fanfare. Yeah.
It's just fanfare. It's
It is.
It's an empty
It's
gesture.
fanfare. Yeah, it is.
My next dumb joke is ha 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 Minions joke ha ha ha, which we already went
we've
over.
covered.
Nailed it.
And then it goes to the scene where they're all at the old house.
But the house that blew up.
Yeah, and I said I don't know what,
It is a house that
It's the
blew
same,
up.
and
but it is being rebuilt.
It's rebuilt.
Yeah.
But it even the shell of it looks the same as the other.
It's like they didn't blow it up.
To which I wrote, I don't know what this song is, but it said La Familia, so I know it's the right song for the film.
Yeah,
And there's coronas in the scene, so...
'cause it's about family.
And Brian shows up.
The only barbecue scene that even matters is when The Rock rolls up in the last film and he's like, oh, hide the baby oil. And he's like, you better hide that big ass forehead. And he spits his beer out.
Yeah.
That is the only thing I remember about the family
Yeah.
scene. And it's so good that it's completely unscripted. They're like, fuck, put it in. It's so good.
I don't know what else. Have you guys got much else after that?
I personally like that the empty chair was there. It's that nod for Brian is
Well,
still
and then he
in
pulls
the
up.
film, and then he pulls up. Like I like those little things because of me being such a fan of Brian in the films. Like it's nice that they keep doing it.
I know we've made a lot of awful jokes about it, but I'm trying not honestly not taking
and
away from
it's
it.
nice
Yeah.
that it's always going to be that blue skyline. Like that blue skyline now is just symbolic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of Paul Walker.
Yep.
That's just it is what it is now.
Yep. The next empty thing that I have in there is he goes, everything I learned about life, I learned on this track. When he's walking with his son, he was like, everything I learned on this track.
Is this before or after the house?
That's
thing?
actually, is it before or after?
Actually, it's after.
Yeah.
But I actually like.
I know it's before. Sorry, it is before.
I thought it was after.
No, it's before because my notes are in chronological order, so it is before.
I actually chuckled when that scene's walking the son around. Everything I learned about life I did on this track. Blah blah blah. I'm like, this is where you learn how to beat a guy with a wrench. Like, that's the first thing I thought. This is where you learn how to nearly kill a guy.
I literally went
Yeah.
what about when Brian gave you a 10-second car and sacrificed his job and his career to demonstrate the family's more important than a job?
You guys are really like, you guys are really hard for Brian. You're not gonna like a lot of my shit.
I just think there's some points that they really glossed over.
Yeah, that's a
alright.
bit rough. Everything I learned, there's nothing.
Yeah. Right. Then I get to the actual
House.
the house scene, and I've written the guys from Tokyo Drift are celebrating the fact that they're finally back in the franchise and might actually get another movie out of this.
Not with
But
that
you get to
hairline.
see-
Nah, he now has enough money to do something about it.
The most absolutely satisfying thing in this entire film was the fact where Shaun sees Han and it's like, oh, and they give himself a hug.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that was actually wholesome
the
as
best.
fuck.
That is the actual best part of this entire film. Like,
You can
that's
actually,
all I wanted.
You can actually see that like humanistic response in his face where he's just like, No way.
What I had was finally an ice cold bucket of Corona, and the whole gang's there to enjoy it. The whole family. And then I wrote playing with toys in the air, like with Letty and a little bee. And they're like, whoo, and there's like a fucking rocket and a car, and they just like collide into each other. And she's like, oh, you drive just like your dad. I was like, kill me.
Oh, phrasing.
And then they're like the really fucking like over the top religious family scene where like all the shitty quotes were like, little Brian's ready to finally say grace. He's like, I don't know how to say grace. And it's just like, just be whatever, just come in whatever fucking your heart says or whatever. And so like they're like, okay, fucking that annoyed the shit out of me immensely.
Not a big fan of kids.
I wrote, oh fuck, child actors hurt. But are you guys ready to say grace?
Phrasing. Literally 30 seconds later, like everyone's doing the cut mic, like cut the mic.
Oh fuck!
You gonna timestamp that bitch?
No, I'll leave that in there. That's fine. I didn't mean to say it that way.
It's like Sam's got a job to lose. He's so good.
They'll never fight.
I also said Ramsey looks way hotter with an afro.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. The chick.
Which one's
the chick
Ramsey?
with the afro?
The one chick with
She's
the
the
afro.
chick
with the
that
afro.
she can't drive.
The chick that can't drive.
Oh yeah.
I don't mean that in like a sexist way. I mean like she's plot point.
Yeah.
You're like the one chick that can't drive, and everyone's like, which one?
And then
That's terrible.
my last point is, so did Mia move on to another guy that has a skyline, or are they all in heaven now because the kids are there and so is Brian?
I left our kids with Brian in heaven. That's so heartless, man.
I also hate all of the Brian tributes. It annoys the shit out of me. I know like him and Vin Diesel were best mates from the movies. I get that. But not every movie has to be like...
They could have, like, they should have just... I do believe they should have just pretty much, like... They could have left the empty seat. I think that would have been okay.
Empty seat would have been fine and not mention anything.
Yep.
Just like, oh,
yeah.
he's coming. And it could have been the only fucking Brian thing
Instead
in the
of
whole
bringing
movie.
the skyline back in and shit like that.
I'm all for seeing the skyline, man.
Yeah.
But that's because you're into car.
I'd rather see the skyline than an empty chair.
You know what they could have done? Left an empty chair, showed the house with the skyline out the front, but not said anything.
And the skyline's on fire.
Instead of driving the skyline up the street and stuff like this, characters coming back. Because that's the implication they make. By driving
He's
him into
back.
the driveway, he's back.
Nah.
Everyone in their heart's like, no way he's back. But if he was still alive, that's the
back.
implication they would make in the film by driving him up that driveway is that he is back.
Yeah, but if the car's already in the driveway, it's like, did Mia drive it?
He's just inside with the kids.
There's a difference between a tribute and placing someone who's dead in a film.
And
The
they
car's already in the
tributed
driveway,
him
it's a tribute.
lot.
Yeah.
Empty seat, it's a tribute.
If you don't believe me that's a tribute, go to reddit.com/r/tribute me and you'll see.
We have a real different perspective of what a tribute is.
And you will see that this is just a classic tribute.
I don't like you.
I don't like you.
I mean, he knows
I'm
I
sorry.
don't.
You're acting like you know what that is. I'm very confused now.
Okay, it is time to move on to... Oh, wrong one. It's time to move on to...
Question time. We're done with shitting on it, so now we ask stupid questions.
I know who I want to take me home.
All right, welcome
I
to...
was really hoping for the next verse.
Every time
I
hear
was
one-
just gagging for it, and I'm so half chubbed after that.
I think I know what we have to do, Peter.
Yeah,
we have to
me
write the
too.
full
Yeah,
song.
do the full song.
Yeah.
And have
we
that
will.
as like a standalone thing on
Patreon
YouTube or
bonus.
something.
Patreon
Yeah.
bonus. Okay. All right. It's time for questions where we ask silly questions about the film and hypothesize alternative situations and things. So the first one It's okay. Just so you guys know as well, I threw everyone off at the last episode we did because I reworded the questions to make them seem more dramatic as to why we have to get an answer for them.
That was super dramatic.
I've done the same thing again.
Oh, God.
So, Tim Burton is holding a Helena Bonham Carter to your head. She threatens you. Pick one line from this film and get it tattooed on you this instant, or so help me, Burton and I will take away your cereal for a fucking week. Tell us about your new tattoo.
You're not going to like mine.
I would respectfully get any tattoo from the film that they wanted put on me, because that bitch
It's scary.
She bodied Sirius Black, and she could then body anyone.
I guess we're getting Shaun on for Harry Potter as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
I'm not a Harry
she
Potter
murdered
guy.
Sirius Black means she
That's a
can
good
do
thing.
anything. So whatever. I did pick one. But she's so scary. It's the line that Letty said, which is she's talking to Dom, and she says, "I'll take point," and he says, "Be careful," and she says, "Careful's only for when you get hurt." So I would get "Careful's for only when you get hurt" tattooed on my body.
I feel like Shaun
can never be
was
too
on the,
careful.
Reddit thread, I am badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am the moderator.
Yeah. That makes
So-
sense.
There are so many bangers that you could get tattooed. Like, one of them is, "Wait, Dom, this is Cypher, the woman who killed the mother of your child." I'd probably get that.
That's
That'd
a good
be fun
tattoo to
too.
get on you. Yeah. Would that? How would you have that? Like, would it be like a
I'd get it in
cursive script? Or
I'd get it in Japanese.
Japanese just on your back.
Yeah,
Nice.
It'd probably be banana or something. So
Oh, so back piece.
a whole sleeve of Japanese script. So
So it's just that line over and over again.
just killed your mother, killed your mother, killed your mother, killed your mother.
Yeah, you're not going to be allowed to any onsen in Japan.
No bathhouses at all.
They're just like, they see a tattoo and they're just like, well, maybe, but they see banana, 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 banana.
This motherfucker's crazy. He's not coming in.
I'd let them in if it said like they killed the mother of your child. I'd let them in for that.
Oh,
but, like,
that's
not banana.
sad. Come on in.
Peter, how'd you go?
Man, this is one of those ones where I was like, my heart says to get like a...
Stop playing with your phone.
No. This is part of what I'm doing. I'm working at the same
Yeah,
time.
so you didn't have an answer. Now you have to have one.
No.
Would you like
I
me to
did
go first?
No, I had one, but I'm like, it's just too much. It's just too easy. So I was like looking deeper into the depths.
What
here.
was your initial one?
Well, I wanted something like really fucking gay. And it was like, sorry.
Gay as in like homosexual or
Wow,
happy?
wow, Peter. Wow.
Come on, man.
It's
Stop
a
saying that.
fluid podcast. Let's not go
Sorry.
there.
I was looking for something bad.
There we go.
You're trying to imply that
So
gay
what you're
is
saying
bad.
is gay is bad.
Yes.
Yes, I grew up in the 90s. Thank you very much.
Back to the 90s.
And it was like, fuck, what was it again? It was like, okay, so it was like a chess piece, and it was like the fucking Dom's fucking car just racing across it, like when you see the blow lines, and it's got like the smoke, and it says family in the smoke.
That's a pretty dang tattoo. I'm not upset by that.
Yeah,
not
but I felt like it
hilarious.
was-
It's not an amazing answer, but it's not a bad
It's better
answer.
than the burning wreckage Aaron would probably get.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of burning.
Jesus Christ. And then
It's a burning for like Ferrari on his chest. What's that? Oh,
Okay.
that was like the dumbest thing I could think of. But then I was like, man, maybe there's better quotes in this film than just family stuff. So I don't know.
Aaron,
Couldn't find any.
Okay,
let's move
so,
on from Peter.
was that right? Tell me I was right.
Okay, so it's going to be... It's a quote that Queenie says, and it says, some birds can't be caged. Now I'm thinking back piece.
Tramp stamp.
No. It's a back piece. It's a full back piece. So it's in lovely cursive. Some birds can't be caged. And after the D, it like does a little whip in the cursive D, and they're little cars with wings. But the
Jesus
back
fuck.
piece itself is a flaming Ferrari.
The smoke is making the time.
And there's a picture of Paul Walker's face, like in the clouds, like looking down.
That's just the empty seat at the table.
Aaron's just like says something about not censoring it as much.
The tattoo is an empty seat.
It's the empty seat at the table.
That's so bad.
But he's free now because some birds can't be caged.
Oh, that's cute.
He says cry.
That's so fucked up. I just did a tattoo of an empty lawn chair. What's that? Oh, it's from Fast and the Furious 9.
They just say, what's with the empty chair? Oh, some birds can't be caged.
I see you like the Fast and Furious franchise.
F9.
That's the Queenie
That's
says that,
rough,
right? That really
bro.
important character that has to be in the film.
I love Helen Mirren. Yeah, that was mine.
What about you?
I gotta
Sam?
stop following. I don't want to follow Aaron anymore.
You should go first next.
I'll go first next time. Okay, so it's across my butt cheeks.
Warning, gas line, call before drilling.
I don't remember that in the movie.
Maybe like 3 lines, and it just says, "There are moments that separate us, but we always come back together."
Now, do you have the word back? Do you have the word back with a line through it? So it's just like we always come together. But it's just like come back together, but you just
You always
like
come
a little
together.
bit of a line.
I didn't go that deep.
It's a typo with the scratching.
We always come.
Oh no, we always come together, not come back together. CUM. All right, you need to go first. What's the next one? And ask yourself.
Okay, well, this one I need you guys to actually work with me on this one. So I need some engagement.
Oh shit!
All right, so I need you all
I feel like I'm at work.
Okay,
So do I. Do you, Peter? Just asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need everyone to close their eyes.
Looking for
Okay,
engagement.
wait.
All right, my
Close
eyes
your
are closed.
Wait. How do people know
Peter,
about
close
us?
your fucking eyes. Everyone else got their eyes closed. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
I'm like looking
My
around
eyes are
and no
closed.
one's eyes are closed.
This better not lead to
Okay,
be
Can we
cocky.
please close our eyes? Thank
Okay.
you.
Yep.
Close your eyes.
Yep.
Think back. I want you to breathe in. 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're in the cinema watching the Fast and Furious 9 family time. When all of a sudden a face appears on screen that annoys you so much that you warp the fragile fabric of reality to launch your fist into the portal that is the cinema screen and punch the person in the face. This person has a face so fucking irritating you must punch it. Some would say they have the most punchable face. Who are they?
You go first.
Lil Bow Wow.
I don't like Little Bow Wow, but
Just
he
annoyed
does.
me. Like initially I
he
was
doesn't
like
have the most
Shaun,
punch.
and then I was like nah.
Nah, I couldn't punch Sean. He's had
Little Bow Wow.
life.
It's the
life
name. The
punched
name
him.
stops it.
Life
Yeah.
punched him enough, you know. I feel
Last punch
His
Lil Bow Wow
genes
as
have
well.
just...
I had that as well. I had Sean, and I was like, but he's not though.
No, he's from Tokyo Drift. You can't punch
It's just
anyone
the
from
hairline
Tokyo
that
Drift.
pisses me off
Yeah.
about him.
I
So
can't
Lil
hate a
Bow Wow
dude
was
with
my
hairline.
person.
Oh,
Shaun
dude, I
was
punched Vin Diesel. Because the first thing that came to mind is think of a face, and I imagined him rapping.
And it's quality rapping too. Like
It was hard to not throw more than one.
Oh, wait, baby Dom,
like
young Dom.
Yeah.
You're gonna-
he just
Fuck,
looks like a
punch
dude
that
from our
dude.
work. If you want to go to like Can Central and just like
He kind
throw
of
down
looks
with
like...
a Zaya.
Oh, no, I better not throw names. Better not throw names on the cast.
I just threw down some names from a dude from our work. I was like, looks like
Wait,
a
did you
tall
say
version
work?
of Josiah. Josiah, sorry.
I was thinking more like an adult version of Jordan. Right? Yeah. Jordan, I hope you're not listening to this. We would never do this.
Jordan, Josiah, come together.
I mean, they probably would if you
Yeah.
put them in a room
Yeah.
together.
Gross.
Absolutely.
Very spiritual
Strip them
people.
down. Peter, when your eyes were closed and you were deep in that mind place, who
Oh.
came to your mind?
That's what I said, baby Dom.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry. We did go
I was
through
gonna
that.
say, I thought we did that.
Yeah, we did do Peter. Yeah.
Fucking calm
Thanks for
down.
listening.
Wow, I thought
Well,
I-
okay, that was actually a throwback to a previous episode where we had already engaged Peter and we moved on, and then Peter was like, "Hang on, you haven't had my answer," but we did get Peter's answer.
Well, actually, if we go back a little bit, the iPad, right? Yeah.
That's too far back.
No, it's not far back enough.
Aaron,
Aaron.
So this is a fight I'm not winning, by the way. Fun fact: you know the really buff tattooed bouncer with the like freakishly straight white teeth?
Oh, you just want to crack him out of his melon.
Mag, that guy has a punchable face
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
You'd almost need it though. You'd
Even
need
the,
that
you know
face.
what? Even the Russian guy, like the
He was
Russian
a close. He was a
son.
second for me, but like when they was like, we have good dental, and he like the camera moves to him, and he's just like, and I was like,
He's
guy.
got the biggest
Goodbye,
shitty anger
face.
in age.
Yeah, the moment he did that, I was just like, I already knew the question was coming, so I was like, that's my guy.
I don't know who that guy is exactly, but he is actually a stuntman, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
My next
Sam.
one is the really simple question. There's nothing special about it, which is how many sequel titles can we come up with?
This is the brainstorm.
The first one I have, and I want to get out there in case someone else beat me to it,
Yep.
is Fasten 10, your seatbelts. Fast 10, your seatbelts.
10.
Yeah.
Fasten.
Yeah.
Your seatbelt.
Yep.
Got you. Got you.
Or just Fast 10.
Yep. Mine's going to be, because I saw Vin Diesel like holding the shotgun, just shaking like an old man.
Yeah.
It's going to be Fast and Furious meets... No, I haven't got a name for it yet. But, what was the movie with all of the old dudes? They made like an actual movie. Expendables. Yeah, it's going to be like a mix of those. Because Vin Diesel was not in Expendables.
And he could be. There is a fourth one coming out, though. So.
But he's not going to be in it.
Yeah.
He's not going to be in it because, let me tell you, he has this weird contract thing. Where he can't lose, and it's all about... Like, people take a loss in that. So I haven't got a catchy, sexy name like yours, like Fasten Your Seatbelts or Cancer or whatever kind of cool hip names you kids have.
I had four. Look, I had four. I had
Fastened.
Fastened.
I had Fasten Your Seatbelts, or just Fasten. Then I also had Fast and Furious Family First, Fast and Furious Corona Time, and Fast and Furious 11, Brian's Back from Heaven.
Fast 11, Brian back from heaven.
Jesus Christ. I feel like you guys have thought about it too much. It's just Fast 10.
It's Fast 10. They did it again.
They're in Space 2 Electric Boogaloo.
How many times can you get Electric Boogaloo in this? Jesus Christ.
Aaron is attached to Electric Boogaloo, right? It's his thing.
I know. It's just like, it's here again. All right.
I'll stop saying it when it stops making sense. And you're like, as much as you hate it, you're like, God damn it, you respect it.
And the
makes a
one time
good
you don't
point.
say it, I'm like, all right, man.
You're nudging him like, come on, bitch.
I just look at you, I just give it like a solemn head shake. Just, no.
It's not time.
Not now.
It's not the time for it.
All right, we got nothing else. We can move on then.
Carry on.
I feel like it's a good point.
This is a big one. I'm going to try and read it with as much intensity as I can. The family is running from the antagonist and his militia after stealing some powerful, funny-shaped thing for Mr. Nobody. Roman's been charged with carrying it, but it looks like food for some reason. Temptation takes over, and he licks it. All of a sudden, whoop, 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 a portal opens in front of them, and before they have time to stop, they're pulled through as the fog clears and they begin to come to find themselves trapped. Which cinematic universe are they trapped in?
Robocop.
Tell me about it.
They go through. Robocop just blasts the fuck out of Roman's face. End of film.
Oh, it's the Marvel universe. It's
Yeah, I was thinking Marvel.
Stupidly, he's like, oh shit,
yeah.
I just licked the Tesseract. Like, hoopty, and all of a sudden Iron Man's there, and they're like, oh.
They accidentally come through the portal in Endgame.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Then it's like, oh my god, yes.
Is this everybody? It's like,
They show up and Loki's there, like, can I have that? Didn't
like-
ask for it.
Instead of like Falcon's like on your left, it's Vin Diesel, and he's like on your left, like, and he's like
Driving his car in the air next to him.
it's just like
Iron Man throws him a suit, and
Yeah.
it just turns into a car
wraps
around him. Like,
the suit wraps around the car.
it's like, is this everyone? It's all your family.
that's it. The portal opens. They're in the end fight. Like, oh no! He's only got the shotgun. He's just like racks it.
They
Family and just gets destroyed.
they
It's
have
like,
that.
you've taken every from me. I don't know who you are.
That girl power scene has got Letty in it as well.
Letty and Mia.
Yeah.
Letty, Mia, Ramsey, and the Asian girl.
Yeah, they're just like,
Like,
they're
we
like,
learned
we
her
can
name."
do it. I feel like if
That's
anyone's
sick.
going to win a fight out of those four girls, it would be the Asian.
Wow, racist.
No, she knows that she's learned how to fight. Hans taught her how to. Wow, just because she's Asian, you think that like she just knows how to do it?
Pretty problematic of you,
No, but she's
Aaron.
got the right
No,
DNA.
I said that Han taught her to keep her
Well,
safe.
because Han's Asian, he knows how to fight.
No, because he's
That's
really
very
good.
problematic of you.
He's really good at what he does, protecting people. Stop trying to Twitter this. Stop trying to I know you don't have a job and you're just like on the internet.
Aaron,
like,
I'm pretty sure
like,
you run our
No,
Twitter.
wait.
and
It's just
that's why it's abandoned.
the Captain Marvel part though. Like when she just flies through the ship, it's just Dom and his fucking like in his
Challenger or something. Just
like,
on a Skyhawk.
Yeah.
On a Skyhawk.
just takes down his ship. Like, but that's like
his car busts through it, and then a plane picks him up.
And at the end
Flies
of
him
it,
back.
guys, after they beat Thanos, he finds his sleeves.
Thanos didn't have sleeves.
Yeah, I know. And he's like, I'm better than him.
Dom gets the power gauntlet and goes,
wait.
and all of a sudden his sleeves appear. He's like, finally, and just takes it off again.
But the thing is though, like perfect person to fight Thanos though is Vin Diesel because he can't lose.
Contractually
Contractually obliged
to
to
win.
win. Not win. He has to win.
Instead of Endgame, it's an Infinity War, and it's just like it's that scene where they get the glove off him and shit. And he just appears out of fucking nowhere because that's where the thing takes him. But no, stop! He's contractually obliged to win. Everyone just steps back.
that's what
Nobody
happens.
dies. No one
Thanos
gets
is
hurt.
just like,
Thanos,
fuck, takes it
Thanos
off.
does the click, and like everyone turns to like the Ash except him, and he's just like, no, not my family. And he gets down with a Corona and just like pours it on the ashes, and they just rise up. and he's just like, what? And he's just
But
like,
he has the answers, one for my homies. As
Yeah.
he tips it out.
and then, like they all come up from the ashes, and he's like, how is this? And it's just like, because family is stronger than that. And then he whoops some ass because
He
it was.
doesn't
And as
even
game beating the
say
Thanos,
anything.
Because
Oh, no,
he
he's
doesn't die,
contractually
everyone
obliged.
else does, and he brings them back hero.
He just doesn't even say anything. The snap happens, and he's just the last one there. Thanos is just staring at him like, what's going on? And he just stares him down and just
Even
pours the
better,
drink out in
Thanos
front of
looking
him.
at him like,
That's
and he
weird.
just like pulls out his contract, gets the Corona.
Yeah. And Thanos quickly gets the script like, fuck.
Just Vin Diesel is Endgame.
Outro just plays, that's it.
No, instead of that, it's just like the
That's it. That sounds like the Pornhub intro.
Why? Why is that what it sounds like?
It does, right?
I didn't.
He's drinking
Fuck
it through
you.
his nose.
Fuck you. Sean, I don't watch porn.
I
That
love
sounds
that.
like Pornhub intro.
No, I love that you do it. You get the 5-second clip on YouTube, and
Oh, yeah.
you play it at work really loud, and you see how many people's head snaps to where it's playing from, and you're like, really good way to see if anyone watches porn.
Okay, so it is time for Is that your favorite song?
I know you sung that.
You know I did that
I
one.
know you did that. I wasn't expecting it. That's a beautiful part of it.
In this fan fiction, Aaron is going to be playing Mia and Letty, and Sean, our guest, is going to be playing Dominic Toretto. The story features Mia and Dominic Toretto at their home alone. Brian is out on a case. Everyone else is wherever they are. This has 2 dreams and incest. That's the author writing that. The first night back in the Toretto house, Brian was busy working on a case while most of the crew had split up. Letty
Does that say, do you want me to nut?
Should I nut on your love? Brian was. I'm just gonna turn that down because it's really
That
loud on
is
my fucking ear.
cranking, yeah. Does that turn all of us down?
No, it won't.
That was amazing.
Go again, crank it.
Much more fun.
Just play for me. That's better.
Yeah.
It's better.
Okay. All right. Brian was busy working on a case while most of the crew had split up. Litty had gone to visit her family for a week. Tej and Ramon were working at their shop. Giselle and Han had gone back to Tokyo. Mia had always fantasized what it was like to get pounded by her brother. Often she'd have dreams about it. Dom sometimes had dreams about her and Liddy. Chapter 1. Mia's Dream. Mia was on top of her brother, Both of them were loving it. Dream Mia says,
Oh, God, Dom, I love it when you fuck me.
Dom couldn't speak because he was in the moment. His head back to the bed as Mia gets on top. She imagines herself moaning loudly in excitement as she bounces up and down on her brother's cock. Then Dom gets on top. Then, all of a sudden, she gets woken up by Letty. Letty says,
Mia, wake up, I need you for something.
She gets up and goes to Letty. They stop in the hall and Letty pulls Mia in for a kiss. Mia asks,
Wait, Letty, what are you doing? Oh, that's me. I just thought that we were going to have some fun.
Letty now looking upset at Mia. Letty now says,
Okay.
That one before that.
Just a line.
Please, Mia, fucking hell. This is automatically the worst I've ever done.
Verse. You can change your voice.
Yeah. Please, Mia, just do this one favor. Okay.
The two start to kiss as they head back into the room. As they are in Letty's room, they start to take off the PJ shirt. Letty say,
I didn't know that you wore a bra to bed, Mia.
Then they touch their boobs together. As Mia sees Letty's boobs, she says,
Damn, Letty, you have nicer boobs than I do.
Letty and Mia then take their PJ pants off. Now both of them have either panties or bra only on. They both are fully naked and go to make out. They scissor and lick each other's vagina.
What is it?
Vagina.
Right in the vagina.
This is a mess.
Chapter 2, the next day. Letty, in a rush, says,
I fucking don't even know where I am anymore.
I believe it's page 2.
Alright, I say in a rush says, oh shit, I'm late for work.
She rushes out the door and says goodbye to Mia and Dominic. No one else is in the house except for the two of them. Mia says to Dominic,
Hey Dom, do you want to do something fun?
Sure. What do you want to do?
Mia thinks for a second to herself. She answers,
I don't know, let's be naked around the house.
Dominic just says okay and goes to his room. Mia also goes to her room to get changed. In Mia's room, as she gets undressed, she starts to imagine her and Dom fucking. Mia then smiles to herself and says,
That's the plan.
She leaves her room and says to Dominic,
Are you ready to come out, Dom?
Yes, I am, Mia.
They both count to 3 and open their doors. Mia looks at her brother and she thinks he looks hot. She then says,
Let's go watch a movie.
They both walk naked to watch a movie. They both naked walk to watch a movie. A few minutes later, in the middle of the movie, Mia looks over to Dom. She sees him jerking off, either to her or someone else. Mia bends over to pick up something and feels something slapping her ass. She looks up to see Dom slapping her ass. Mia says to Dom,
Why are you slapping my ass?
I saw your nice ass and I need to slap it.
Mia looks at her brother with an awkward look. Then she goes over and strokes Dom's cock. Dom says to Mia,
Wait, Mia, we can't do this.
Mia, looking upset at Dom, says,
Please, Dom, just this one time. I won't tell anyone.
Dominic thinks for a few seconds.
Okay, Mia, just this one time.
So Mia started to suck her brother's dick. Dominic said in pleasure.
Oh God, Mia, suck my dick.
They both look at each other for a second. Mia says,
Dom, I want that big cock inside of me right now.
He quickly says yes, and Mia faces the TV with both legs on their right side. She stops to ask Dom,
Do you have a condom?
He looks over. Shit, that was supposed to be Mia.
Yeah,
he looks
but
over
it's
and
not.
grabs one and puts it on. He looks at his sister and says,
All set for you, Mia.
With that, she lowers herself onto Dom's cock. She says with pleasure,
Yes, Dom, place your huge cock inside of your little sister.
Mia then starts to bounce up and down on her brother's cock. Mia says out loud,
Yes.
Oh God, Mia.
The couch starts to rock as the two have sex. Mia says to Dominic,
Oh, God, brother, I love when you fuck me.
Dominic couldn't answer his little sister. Then a few minutes later, Dominic stops. Mia says to Dom,
Why did you stop?
Sorry, sis, I have to go piss.
Can you pee on me?
Sorry, I have a full gallon. I'll be back.
What the fuck?
Good lord.
He walks to the bathroom. In the TV room, Mia is upset. A minute later, Mia sees Dominic walk down the hall, but she is upset. Mia says,
What took you so long?
I had to make a huge piss, so it took a long time.
Whatever, let's just get back to it.
Dom asks Mia while putting on a new condom.
So do you want to do the same position or something else?
I want you to fuck me while I watch the TV. Face away from the TV.
Okay.
Then Mia puts one leg on each side and lowers herself into her brother. Both now are screaming in excitement and pleasure. Mia says,
Oh, yes, Dom, fuck your little sister.
They both look into each other's eyes and then kiss. Dom grabs Mia's boobs while she places her hands on Dom's chest. Mia screams out,
Yes, big brother, fuck me hard.
Oh god, Mia, I'm fucking you hard.
The Dominic comes inside his little sister, which causes her to get up. As she gets up, she says,
I'm going to the bathroom to clean my ass. I'll meet you in the room.
Okay.
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 and they get up to leave. Mia goes to clean herself in the bathroom. In the meantime, Dom goes to his room to get ready. Later, Mia walks into Dom's room. He says,
So Mia, let's fuck under the sheets, then on top.
That's fine with me.
She hopped into bed and starts to kiss her brother on the lips. Then she slides down to suck her brother's big cock. Dom says,
Oh god, Mia, you're so good at this.
Then Dominic reached down to grab Mia's head. She then chocks on his cock. Mia starts to gag with her brother's cock in her mouth. She later comes out of the sheets. Then she places her brother's cock inside her. As the two are doing it, the bed starts to shack. Both Mia and Dominic don't say a word. Then Mia rolls onto her stomach as her brother fucks her from behind. Mia starts to say,
Oh, yes, Dom, fuck your sister.
Oh good, Mia.
Then they move on top of the sheets. Dom says to Mia,
I'm going to fuck you doggy style now.
Mia nods yes to her brother.
Oh, fuck.
Again, the bed starts to shack. Later, Mia has her back on the bed while Dom fucks her hard. Then Dom goes to lay on the sheets as his sister places herself on top of him facing the closet. Mia says,
I know what Letty gets every day.
Dominic says nothing to his sister. Soon after, Mia is on her knees getting fucked from behind. Dominic says,
Oh god, Mia, I'm going to come inside you.
Go right ahead.
Yeah. He literally says, yeah.
Dom then fills his sister's vagina up. Then he comes all over Mia's back. Then Mia flops over and Dom comes all over his sister. That's a lot of cum.
That's so much cum.
Yeah.
Cummies.
Mia says,
Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, but promise me you won't tell anyone.
I won't tell anyone.
the next day. At dinner, Dominic, Mia, Brian, and Letty all eat dinner. Letty asks,
Why were the sheets in our room all messed up?
Dom and Mia were trying to come up with an excuse. Then she said,
I think I might drop something in your room.
With that, everyone goes back to eating. The end. But not really. End credits scene. Mia and Dom had left the house to go for a ride, and in Mia's room there is a squeaking noise coming from the room. In the room there is Letty and Brian fucking. Letty says,
Oh, God, Brian. Fuck God.
the true end.
Fuck. Was that written by like a...
I told you it was fucking
an
bad.
Indian
Like a
person?
14-year-old or something, like someone who just doesn't know English.
I know what's going to happen next time you say, do you want to read fan fiction? I'm going to say maybe. Give me the script first.
That was like easily... this recording, it definitely fucked me up.
Yeah,
It's
it's a 9-minute recording and agenda.
That is pretty much it. From this point, we summarize. All right, let's end this fucker. All right, so to summarize,
Nah, fucking go with it. To summarize, inconsistent magnets, shitty one-liners, a fuckload of plot armor, dumb flashbacks, bad child actors. Acme wrote every fucking action scene, shitty CGI, a lack of Corona, a Transformers cube, and fucking family makes Fast and the Furious 9 a bit shit. I think it is. It is a bit shit.
It's definitely.
It's a bit
I'm
shit.
glad we can agree on that. It's a bit shit.
Oh, it's a bit shit.
Thank you for listening to yet another episode of me and my good friends talking shit on things we may or may not love. Whilst the concept is simple, we sure hope the comedy isn't. If you've been enjoying It's a Bit Shit, make sure to share it with your friends and follow us on Facebook /It's a Bit Shit and Instagram It's a Bit Shit with 3 I's. That's 3 I's in the shit, not in the it. We have 2 episodes left for the end of this year, one of them being an Australian film with a post-apocalyptic setting, I wonder what that could be, and the other being a Christmas film. Yay! Christmas! Yay! After those episodes, we'll likely do an end-of-year wrap where we just talk about our favourite moments and the things we enjoyed the most about our first year of podcast, but also probably talk about the things we don't enjoy the most about our first year of doing a podcast. And then we'll probably take a short break while we spit, polish, and change things up getting ready for season 2. If you've listened to me ramble for this long, just know that your parents are likely wonderful people and you should love them, but also, please tell them to stop messaging me. The threesome we had was just a bit of fun, nothing more. Stay safe, listeners. We'll talk to you again in 2 weeks.